Yo, 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 once again, we back. This is with Just the Messengers podcast. Of course, I'm Mo.
I'm Mike.
What's happening? It's Marcus.
You know, it's Do Work Media Sunday, so you know my dog Drew Money is on the boards.
How y'all feeling?
Feeling good. How y'all niggas doing, man?
Feeling great, man. You know what I'm saying?
Feeling good, man. Good
Shout out my auntie Trina, man. She got married yesterday, man.
Oh, congratulations.
For sure.
Man, the open bar was open barring. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, that was a beautiful situation yesterday, man. So
That's what's up, man. That's what's up.
that's what I was going.
Where was it at?
Right here in North Charleston. Damn, it was an event center she had it at.
Oh, okay,
So-
okay. That's what's up, man. Congratulations again to her, man.
Great, congrats.
Where bruh family from St. Croix, so like he had a bunch of family come down and shit. And them boy, they basically had like the DJ go through a whole like island vibe set. Like that shit was going crazy
Word.
in there, bro. Like that shit was going up, bro. Real talk.
You feel like you gotta have a certain playlist at your wedding?
You know that's crazy. Me and my girl was talking about that. She was like, what would you play like? You know what I'm saying? I was like, I honestly don't know. Like, I mean, it's basically like the whatever, you know, you grew up with your mom listening to. I think that's that type of shit. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like
Yeah, because
some Mary J, of course. Like, you know, some
because that's going to be totally different from the reception vibe. The
Yeah.
reception vibe is going to be, you know, a
the
little bit
reception
more-
vibes, anything goes.
Yeah,
damn
it's
it,
gonna be
you know
way
what I'm
more
saying?
looser,
But like
but-
wedding is like you got to play like them heavy hitters.
Yeah,
Like
the good Mary J.
You talking about like when you come out?
that's what you talking about, the wedding or the reception?
I was talking about the whole shit.
Oh,
'Cause
so
ain't no
like.
music really played at the wedding, right?
Yeah, when you come out, you can play some songs or whatever. Like when the groom walk out, they can play a song. Then of course when the bride come out,
Oh, okay. I get what you're saying.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was just talking about mainly the reception.
then they play like soft music. Sometimes they play like soft music in between time. Like, but reception is it's going up, bro. It's going up. Bro.
Yeah, pretty much anything goes at the reception.
I
Yeah.
don't know. I might do some Isley Brothers. I don't know.
Yeah, a little Isley brother thing. You know what I'm saying? Drew, what you playing, bro?
Same shit the boy playing
Ball,
for St.
ball.
Croix.
Yeah.
My shit island vibe.
Hey,
dog.
I honestly meant this. I meant to call yesterday because, bro, them boys going up, bro.
Yeah,
Like,
sir. Damn, Wamp called me. This nigga called me. He was at a wedding yesterday and they were playing Roy. He was like, "Nigga, where you at?" I'm like, "Oh, y'all boy crazy." But yeah, definitely probably island vibe. Something just to keep people moving. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I don't want people sitting down at my wedding, bro.
Cause that's how I was at first. Like he was playing little hole in the wall songs and shit like that, just to warm everybody up. And then he was like, "Hey, hold up, man. You already know what I'm about to do." And then he was like, dun, 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 dun. I was like, "Oh shit, it's about to go up." That shit just start going crazy, dog.
Feel good music, man. You're gonna keep you moving.
Yeah.
That's what's up, though, man. That's what's up. You was actually in the wedding, or you was just?
No, I was just there. I just
okay,
came there.
That'd be the
My
best
mom was
ones,
in the
man.
wedding though. My mom came down from DC. She was in it.
That'd be the best ones, though.
Yeah, I don't got nothing. I'm just here.
Yeah, I'm just here.
I'm just here. I'm just here to you know enjoy the amenities of the wedding. Like,
Yeah, because when you in the wedding, man, you just want to make sure everything goes smooth.
yeah, you got a job. You got a specific job if you in a wedding. Like, you know what I'm saying? So I'm glad I ain't had those duties. So.
You plan on having a lot of people like involved in your shit?
Man, I ain't gonna lie, bro. Since when I was at that wedding yesterday, I was thinking about all that shit, bro. Like, I wouldn't be against like a big wedding, but I mean, I'd rather do like a small wedding and a big reception.
Yeah. That'd be my whole
You know what I'm
vibe,
saying?
yeah.
Like,
Or some people, they go ahead and they, which I didn't know a lot of people did, but it's kind of popular. They actually go get married and they have like the actual wedding, like a year later type shit.
yeah.
Some people already be married for 2-3 years before
Yeah,
they do the actual
and the actual
shit.
wedding just be
Yeah.
like more of a celebration type
Yeah.
thing.
celebration type.
That's
thing,
fly
yeah.
too. I fuck
Yeah,
with
that-
that.
I
Like,
fuck with
I fuck
that.
with that.
My pops, when he got married in 2014, I went to the wedding. I was in the wedding. They actually signed their shit at the altar.
Word.
Wow.
Yeah,
I think I
never
seen that. I think I seen that before,
I've
but
never
it's been a
seen
long.
that.
It's been a long time.
I never seen that.
That used to be like a big thing in the '90s when people
Yeah,
got
that's
married.
some
They
old
used
school
to,
shit.
used to sign them shit like right there, like
Oh, okay.
On the dotted line.
on it right
On the
there.
dot, yeah, right there on the dotted line.
Yes,
That was
sir.
the first time I ever seen that
He
shit.
used to sign that shit, and then they just walk out. Either they jump the broom or the rice shit or whatever.
Yeah. Not jumping the broom with white people though.
Nah, man. Like that's how you want. Like like the whole.
I was
like,
thinking about that shit.
the whole history of the jumping the broom is just like there's no way that they can participate in that type of ritual. Like you know what I'm saying? Like that's
I can't believe dog did that shit.
that's crazy though. Like
That's
the optics of that is wild. Like
the ancestor stripper mom.
The audacity though.
That's crazy, dog. Like that is crazy. That's crazy.
Because I can't put on a harmonica, and you know what I'm saying. Unless I'm a black Jew, unless I'm black.
He said a harmonica.
Well, not a harmonica, a yarmulke. A yarmulke. My bad. I'm tripping.
Hey, don't get us shut down in here.
I'm tripping. Well, I can't put on a yarmulke.
My dog playing the instrument.
Hey,
I had to process that.
hey, we good. But no, you right though. You just
But
can't.
I can't put on a yarmulke.
You can't sport one of those just cause and get married like that. You know what I'm saying?
Well, actually, all right.
I'm saying if I was a black Jewish person, but if I'm not one and I go
you
do
just
that, then I
can't,
would
like,
look crazy.
Bro, like
I don't know because I've been to Jewish functions and they have the yarmulkes for the non-Jews.
so they do like
you still can rock them shit. I mean, but it's within giving the respect in that area that
like
you're
they
in.
giving them out personally.
Right?
Like yeah.
It ain't you just pulling up to the set and like you're already on. Yeah.
You gotta get checked in basically.
Basically.
No, I
There's
feel
no
that.
checking with the broom. No black
But
woman
see,
brought the broom
that's
to the white man.
That's
like,
my thing. Like, there's no like gatekeeping with the shit though. It's just like, hey, come on, let's jump.
What made it worse is on the picture you see all the white people like happy as fuck.
Word, bro. Like, word, bro. That's crazy, dog. Like, our people had to. That was the only way that we can make shit official on them fields back in the day, bro. You just, hey, man, love is love, I guess.
I can't be a part of no shit like that, man. I'm sorry. And like, if you got any black friends, like it's like, come on, man.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like,
yeah, because that's the thing. We don't even know like the picture. The picture is so crazy. We didn't see none of his groomsmen. We just see all the white people like cheering that shit on. I was like, oh, this is crazy, dog. Like,
imagine if you're a black catering company at that wedding. Like,
cringe.
Facts.
Cringe.
Facts.
That's some cringe. That's an Atlanta episode.
Word though.
That's
Word.
an Atlanta episode. Bro.
Damn, Atlanta come back this month. Well, next month.
Hell yeah.
Final season.
Hey, how y'all feel about your significant other giving you a birthday caption? Remember that wild caption that I sent in the group chat the other day?
Which one?
The one when Shorty was basically like, I was happy when you basically kidnapped me type shit.
Oh yeah, you hid my passport when we was
my-
in Mexico or some shit for weeks. So I could get to know
This
you.
is a birthday shout out now.
Yeah, basically you made me earn you, or I made you earn me, or some shit like that. Like you made me like you. Basically, like
She gotta take that shit down, man.
man.
yeah,
Dude, that was by Aisha Diaz.
Yeah.
Yeah, man.
that's incriminating.
I ain't gonna comment on her, but a lot of people just hey man, you gotta know when to hold them and when to fold them, man. So.
That should sound like one of them sad stories we be hearing about when them girls go missing or they get killed, unfortunately.
Yeah.
That's what that shit sound like.
He hid my passport.
That nigga basically forced himself in a relationship.
He hid my passport.
That
so
didn't
we
sound
had
like nothing admirable.
We had no choice but to get to know each other, huh? Well, first off, why was y'all even out of the States without really knowing each other like that? You know what I'm saying?
But see, that's that running theme going around like, oh fuck texting, let's
go book a trip. Nah, this nigga he done hid your passport so you can't even leave if you wanted to on your own terms. So he just got you held captive.
What were about to say? You're enslaved.
That's crazy. And that was 2020. She said that was 2020 during the pandemic. So they was out of the States during that time.
What if he like had this whole elaborate plan? Like, I'm gonna go there
probably.
and then I'm gonna just take the passport and hide it.
I'm pretty sure he probably thought about that shit. Like, yeah,
that's crazy.
That's
bro.
crazy for real.
Crazy.
Wow. No, Buddy needs to be checked. But I'm fine with a good caption. You know what I mean? If it's coming from the heart, saying some crazy shit. Hopefully she's joking. I mean, I don't.
Nah, she's for real.
That was a serious caption.
That was for real.
There was no LOLs or emojis in it at all. Like,
no, she had them, but it was like the little lowercase shit. You know how they do.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, maybe it's an inside joke or some shit between them two. I don't know, but I just hope niggas really ain't like forcing themselves onto women and holding them captive. Like they got a life outside this vacation that they got to get back to. You know
It's
what
crazy, bro. This is madness.
I mean? That milk spoiling in your refrigerator because
Word.
niggas playing around with your passport. Like,
That's
it's
crazy.
crazy, dog.
The dog. You gotta pick up that dog from that dog.
That dog, yeah, dog daycare,
Dog
bro.
daycare. You had to start getting whack.
Alright. That shit probably like $250 a day, bro.
Send that bill to you.
Hey, brother, you need to come get your canine.
But I mean, I guess that's part of being flued out and not getting to know people. You know, that's the game, I guess.
Hey, it's just the culture.
Yeah. But anyways, you know, I'm good for a good caption, not no crazy, goofy shit like that. Like,
Yeah,
let's
that was
not do
wild. That was wild seeing that.
I mean, I'm cool with an inside little personal joke that people might not get, but in the aspect of saying like, "Nigga, you held me captive," kind of is weird.
Right. I mean, that's essentially what she was saying. Like,
Yeah.
you kidnapped me, but now look at us.
Like Stockholm
Let me
Syndrome,
read
innit?
this shit, man. Sometimes I be mad I ignored you for so many years. LOL. This is the lowercase LOL now.
Yeah, that's really helped
So
me.
now look. Now look at me. Went from blocking you before we even dated to waking up next to you every day. Went from hell no to being your girlfriend to you moving me in within months. I remember watching you closely and thinking to myself, what the fuck does he want from me when I'm nothing close to what he's used to dealing with? Ratchet, loud, obnoxious, and out there. I'm the complete opposite. Why me? The dedication and pressure you applied from before you met me was something no one could ignore. But the more pressure you applied, the more scared I got to get to know you. Best thing that happened to me was getting stuck with you for weeks in Mexico after you hit my passport and acted like I lost it. Another lowercase LOL. A ghetto version of movie 365 Days this day. Hard eye emojis. While you kept me in Mexico hostage, I got to see the man without jewelry, no cars, no money, no gifts, just you and Jesus sandals, shorts, and personality. I got to know the family man who's funny, dedicated, and smart. You're everything I wish for, and if I had to do it again, I would answer you sooner and have my own passport to be stuck with you. I appreciate you still applying pressure like you just met me, setting time aside to take me on dates. I love that you're an amazing father to the boys. Truly enjoy being a father and tell me I'm beautiful.
Sounds like Stockholm Syndrome.
That would sound like to me.
I am nothing like what you're used to. That's
I mean,
crazy.
after the first sentence, it's like, nah, dog, you're
Nah,
cooked.
you need to edit that. You need to do
Is that
something.
even edit worthy? Because, I mean, she putting it out there, like how she really feel. You done got caught now.
I am nothing like what you're used to. Loud, obnoxious, ratchet. That's not me. That's crazy.
I don't know. I probably would look at her different
those
after
codes
that
were-
shit.
You try to make it seem like all I deal with is rats, and then I just met you. That's crazy. That's crazy. Like you're basically letting people know that I didn't have no type of issue going on out here. Like
Like you was a loser.
I didn't have no type of business going on. Like with this
Like you out my league.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like
basically what she's
she's
saying.
doing you a favor.
She's doing you a favor. Yeah.
That's crazy.
I don't know, man. I think she's just been popping her collar. Like,
You think so?
Yeah.
So you think she was just sitting on the exes?
shitting on them. Like, no
I
cap,
can see
bro.
that too. I can see that too because
I
girls
think-
do be getting in that bag sometimes. They do get in that bag.
Like, the
Oh,
call,
yeah.
the call them boy
Yeah.
ratchet.
They
and
get in that bag. They get in
obnoxious,
that
like,
bag.
Yeah.
Look what you was dealing with before you
Yeah.
met me. Like
I
y'all ain't
guess.
too much different now that I know you too. Like
She,
you know what I'm
she
saying?
popped her collar in that shit, but he definitely probably shed a tear. Like,
Oh yeah, he probably reading that like,
yeah.
oh,
Everything was spelled correctly too. Yeah.
She said, P.S. Don't slide in his DM. I'm still logged into his Instagram. I see your Desperado Thirsty Pick Me Please DMs. Even when you view his story 1,000 times, don't get uninvited from the wedding, please.
All right, they too deep. Too deep.
that's honestly a specific post for somebody. Then.
No, 100%. That's
so
what I'm
not
saying.
only did she shit on him for his birthday, but she just made his whole birthday dedication a sub diss.
Sub this, yeah. That's what I'm saying.
She's talking to somebody, a specific person.
It's too deep.
Yeah,
That nigga is crazy. And she crazier.
yeah. They deserve each other then. So we was kind of they deserve each other, Mike.
I don't know.
If
I
you
feel
go-
like when it comes to the birth, y'all care about getting a birthday post?
Nah,
Nah, I don't care about that shit.
it don't matter to me. What you buying me in real life? I don't really care about.
We definitely talked about that
Yeah.
before.
I want my gifts. I want to be compensated gift wise. It's real shit. It's real shit. It's real shit. That too, but I need my gift too. What you buying me?
That shit wild. I don't never did a birthday post.
I don't ask for nothing throughout the year, so my birthday comes. Yeah, I need that. Let me get that. Shout out Finesse 2 times, man. Let me get that.
That's why it's good to get to know your partner, because that birthday post might be more important than the gift. You never know.
Yeah.
Might be.
Yeah, it might be.
And in this society today, I can definitely see that.
I feel like that gotta be a want-to, though. I still feel like that gotta be a want-to.
Yeah, I dealt with that, and I just was like, bro, like, I don't understand, like, why you placing so much weight on social media shit. Like, look what we doing in real time right now. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I agree.
But some people that outweighs. You know what I'm saying? They just gotta
want to shit on other people.
I don't get down like that though. Like I feel
like if I want to post you, I'm gonna post you.
I'm gonna post you, because if you like pester me to post you, especially like on days like your birthday when I'm just trying to have a intimate moment with you, it's not gonna feel genuine to me. You know what I'm saying? If I just gotta post you because I'm like, oh, she want me to post her, I want to post you because I want to post you. You know what I'm saying?
Staying firm.
Hey man. Sometimes as men, you stand on your square costs you a lot, but you gotta pay the price. You gotta pay the price.
Yeah, man. That shit was wild though. But hey, man, salute to them. But if I ever see some shit like that, that's curtains.
Wild. That's wild.
I might. Cheat.
I wonder what his homeboy say. Like, yo, like you cool with this, bro? Like, you good?
He ain't tripping. He probably ain't tripping.
No homeboys, they probably knew him. Like, yeah,
he done went through. Look at all the shit he already done been through. You think he tripping over that?
Nah, you right.
Nigga, I had the high passport and shit.
That's crazy.
So that birthday post shit, he was like, I ain't worried about that. I still got her. That's how he probably thinking.
Yeah,
I still got her.
Yeah, you right.
Y'all can look at me like however you want, but hey, I got her.
Like he probably not. He don't even run his Instagram, so you right.
Nah, fact.
It's ran by management.
Yeah, you're not logging into my Instagram. I'm sorry.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah.
Sorry, that's not happening.
Have a backbone, man.
Yeah, I'm cool on that.
I mean, unless you're in business together, there's no need to be in my personal Instagram, bro. Like, I don't see the point of it.
I mean, at that point, you looking for a reason to stay or leave. That's how I look at it.
Yeah.
You're looking for a reason to stay or leave. And once you get to that point, then other conversations had to be had, because what you need my Instagram login for? I mean, I ain't got shit to hide, but it's like, come on, man.
The principle.
Yeah, it's the principle. But hey, like I said, salute to them. But that wouldn't fly over here, bucko.
No sirree.
Shit wouldn't fly over here. So we officially got like an unofficial versus between Diddy and Jermaine Dupri. They'll be holding it down at Mercedes-Benz Dome
in Atlanta.
I don't
they
know
doing
the
it
date.
at the Benz Dome?
I think so.
Oh, that's gonna be crazy.
But, I don't know when the date is, but I do know they confirmed that they're basically gonna get a unofficial. Well. Is it celebration of hits?
Is it unofficial because what's going on with Verzuz right now?
Yeah, it has nothing to do with Verzuz. They already just had agreed to do basically like a celebration of hits.
Man, fuck all that, bro. It's not no celebration of hits. It's an unofficial. It's basically their own verses. They just setting up their own verses. That's it.
But that's why I asked that. I
feel like only one party's gonna treat it like a versus.
That's Jermaine Dupri.
Yeah. I don't feel like Diddy gonna treat it like a versus.
Honestly, this shit might just be a concert, bro. Like,
yeah, it's true. You're true. But still, I feel like it's always going to be a little bit of underlying competition.
Yeah. That's why I asked that. Is that going on like separate because of what's going on like with the legal shit with Verzuz?
We'll get into that soon, but what do y'all think is going to be like the outcome?
It's going to be like a Scream tour.
Scream tour?
Yeah, I think it's going to be everybody pulling up on stage.
A top tier Scream tour, basically.
Yeah.
Oh, you talking about as far as like the features and all that shit?
Yeah,
I think it's gonna be. I definitely think it might be worth the drive to even pull up to that shit, though.
Yeah.
Like,
I mean, shit. The last time JD did do like a social death celebration, Jay-Z did pull up to that shit, and that was in Atlanta. Cause they did a couple of their songs together and shit in there. That was like around Magna Carta era.
but
Jay-Z pulled up to the A.
JD ain't losing in Atlanta. Yeah, I think he's gonna take it very serious.
Oh yeah.
He's gonna take it serious for sure.
Well, I guess we just gotta sit back and wait for the release date for that.
I'm interested to see who's gonna show up for Diddy as far as features. That's what I want to know.
I think it's kind of going to be like when Drake and
Kanye did
their
their
thing.
benefit
I feel like it's going to be somewhere to that effect where even though we all celebrating hits on the low, we like, damn.
We still comparing.
Yeah,
here.
we're still comparing. I think it's going to be that kind of vibe.
That was fire though. I remember watching that night when it came on. That shit was on late.
I was actually surprised Kanye got that deep into his discography. Just even the way he performed certain records.
Yeah.
Like, he performed All Falls Down with a lot of energy. Like, he performed.
I ain't see him go back that far in a long time.
Like, yeah, he performed that shit. It kind of felt like he was back to basically 04.
Mm-hmm.
I thought he was going to do everything 2016 and up.
He did College Dropout on up, basically. He did a lot of shit.
He did Jesus Walks.
He didn't even do that when I saw him in for the Pablo tour. He did, I think the furthest he went back was like Graduation. Like, he touched the first 2 albums and all.
Bro, real quick, I swear I thought that nigga from the Magic name was Pablo, bro.
Pablo
Banchero? I thought it was Pablo this whole time.
No, when I first saw it, I was like, oh, that nigga named Pablo? Like, but then I started hearing them boy pronounce his name.
Because everybody was talking about the shit yesterday, and everybody in the chat keeps spelling his name. I'm like, so I go Google the shit. I'm like, oh, shit. This whole time I thought this nigga name was Pablo. It's Paulo.
Yeah, Pablo.
Paulo Banchero. That shit crazy. But yeah, I thought Ye was gonna do everything 2016 and up.
Yeah.
Surprise us.
That shit was fire.
I'm interested to see how that shit is gonna go. Is it gonna start on time? Is it gonna be during the week or on the weekend? Cause you already know that's the biggest gripe I be having with Verzuz. Them niggas wanna do that shit on a Thursday at 9 o'clock, but motherfuckers don't come out till 11:30.
Locks and Dipset ain't start till almost 11 o'clock.
Hey, don't have no undercard for this shit neither, man.
No, I don't think
no undercard.
I don't
for this
think
shit,
it's gonna.
man.
I don't think they're gonna do it like that, bro. I think they just
come on now.
Just get straight to it.
I think they're gonna get straight to it.
Damn, y'all wasn't feeling the Ray J undercard? Is that nuts?
No, it was cool. You started too fucking.
Yeah, that shit did start late. That shit started late as hell.
They got a group now too.
Yeah.
RSVP in it.
RSVP.
RSVP.
Hey, that's a hard name, bro. That's a hard name, bro. But hey, do y'all thing, man.
I want to know how many under 4 Biggie records.
See, over under. I'm gonna go over.
Over.
I got a prediction. I think Mace comes out.
I want to say that, but I ain't know, honestly.
I think Mace comes out, man.
I know. Mace seem like he ain't really fucking with Diddy like
he might
that
not,
no
but
more,
I think
bro.
that might be a little surprise.
That might. I mean, it's possible though. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, anything possible, but
And then they go back to beefing next.
then they
week.
go back to beefing because remember Mace came out with the 20th. What was the 25th concert that he
anniversary,
did?
yeah.
They both had the red suits on again.
Total was out there too.
Yeah,
Total
and
wasn't really
then
fucking with
Mace
Diddy.
Mace them fell out right after that shit.
Yeah, so-
Mace was like, yeah, he paid me. That was it. Like,
Yeah, we just doing.
I would love to
show.
see them out there too.
yeah, that'd be fine.
I'd love to see Total out there. I remember when they saw it though, when they said they had to separate from Diddy. They was literally scared for their lives.
Yeah, it was.
I remember they was telling a story about how they was in a club and they started shooting in that shit.
Oh damn,
And it was supposedly aimed at Diddy.
man, yo,
This is like around 99.
Yeah, that was right before they
98.
left. They left right after that shit.
Yeah,
Right.
they left right after that shit, bro.
Hey man, a lot of niggas been trying to get at Diddy, dog. Like throughout the history of fucking music, a lot of niggas have tried to get at Diddy, bro. Diddy is a lucky ass nigga to still be walking this earth, bro. But hey man, but only the strong survive. So
He's one of the top chess players, man.
yeah, I give you that, you know. But this nigga,
He done ducked a lot.
still out here, bro.
He done ducked a lot.
Yeah, he did. He did.
Y'all saw that conversation he was having with excuse me, y'all. Excuse me.
Okay.
The convo he was having between him and Tory Lanez about R&B being dead. Because remember, he asked, about R&B, where it's at. Do y'all really feel like that shit is dead?
I mean, don't this come up like what every couple of years now? Like the whole R&B
Since about 20, what?
about 2016,
13
20
maybe?
yeah, you're right. About 2013,
14,
like it always come up like, yo, what's going on with R&B? Where's the state of R&B? It's good R&B out there.
Yeah.
It's just that, a lot of the shit that they're complaining about within R&B, that they're subconsciously pushing that and still making that. And
I don't think the topic should be the narrative, though. The topic of what are, like, the toxic shit. Toxic been in R&B.
Yeah.
I'm not even, that's a weak talking
So like
point.
Tory
That shit-
Lanez was talking about, like, I want to get back to hearing about, because like I do that shit, but at the same time too, like I've done the love type records. Like I want to hear about love again and all this other shit. I'm like, bro, a lot of that shit is out there.
It's out there.
Yeah.
It's just that
Sir is a dope nigga.
It's not being pushed like that. You know what I'm saying? It's not to the forefront how it should be. You know what I'm saying? It's more treated like well, I can't even say indie because indie niggas killing shit too. But it's more like it's treated like on the back burner type shit. But it's good R&B out there. You just gotta champion that more.
Yeah.
And stop complaining about, you know, shit that's been out there because niggas been toxic in R&B for a very long time. Like, so I don't know, man.
Yeah, my mom used to always say like everything people are saying now has already been said. It's just now we're just more out in the open with it. My mom was like, back then we used to in music they used to hide it better.
Yeah.
They used to camouflage it
Because
like,
musically it sounds good. I think
Yeah.
I think a lot of people are getting confused with the musical aspect. Because if it has the same music elements from back then, I don't think people would be complaining about that. Like, bro, look about all the side dude songs and side chick songs. Like SWV's "You're the One."
Yeah.
That's a top tier toxic song, bro.
Mm-hmm.
That's basically champion side chicks.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't understand how now people be talking about, oh, this is the era of the side chicks. No, y'all been champion
this been
plenty
there.
of times.
Yeah.
Mary J. Blige champion the side chick. SWV champion the side chick. I think it's just musically, it sounded so great and it's so timeless musically that people overlook it. And the music I'm not saying the music is as good, but I just don't think. I think a lot of people don't like the music, like how it sounds music.
Yeah, I think so too.
I don't think it's the lyrics, bro.
No, they just don't like how, like they said, sonically how it sounds.
Because if you think about it, we talk about since the 70s, 80s, that type, like all of it's been around.
Really since since the beginning of time. Toxicity has always been in music in some form or fashion since the beginning of time.
I was actually like speaking about that whole thing. Like I was watching Chasing Cash. He was tweeting about this shit too. He's basically saying like what's missing from R&B is more like the lifestyle approach to this shit.
Yeah.
So he was comparing like a lot of shit. It kind of made sense because Mary J. Blige and Shantae Moore was out around the same time. Everybody really fuck with Mary J from the aesthetic lifestyle part thing, but her music actually held weight within it as
And
well.
she can sing.
And she could sing. Shantae Moore can sing as well, but she didn't really have a personality outside of, you know what I'm saying? The music, some of the songs was hitting, but on a worldwide scale, people fuck with Mary more because of the aesthetic, the lifestyle that she was pushing too with it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
I mean, I get it, but it's like at the same time, bro. Like Shantae had good music too, so it's like at the end of the day, the music gonna speak for itself. But it's not a bad. That wasn't. It could go both ways. He was comparing like Boys and Men and Jodeci. Like Boys and Men could sing their ass off.
But that's comparable though. Both groups can sing.
But Jodeci was more of a lifestyle thing too, as compared to Boys and Men.
Jodeci.
The aesthetic.
So?
Jodeci was like the bad boys. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, they was the bad boys. Like, they was like the, you know?
I get what you're saying as far as the persona.
Yeah, persona.
But I felt like it was 50-50 with them, like it was 50-50 with Boys and Men.
Yeah, I agree.
It was more to like, you know.
I get both sides. Like,
they
I
was
get both
like
sides.
the cater to your woman type.
They was more.
But they was too though. I think it was just more so the look.
It was the look.
Yeah.
Jodeci had love me for life,
But
forever, my lady.
It's different. Like, all right, you have Boys and Men. They come through. They all got matching Tommy on, and Jodeci they come through Timbaland up and leather gold chains.
Bald
and
head.
Like
Looks.
you gonna gravitate. A lot of people will gravitate towards that look and persona more.
You think so? Because they fan bases is equal.
I mean, I wouldn't argue.
Boys and Men might be bigger.
Yeah, I think Boys and Men is bigger.
You think so?
Yeah,
What?
Boys and Men's
They
bigger.
might be.
Yeah, Boys and Men's bigger.
Worldwide?
Well, yeah.
I think they might be bigger, but I'm not saying they might be in the same class.
I mean, I'm not arguing in the same class, but I think
Yeah,
as
they're in
far
the
as
same class, but Boys and Men is a bigger group.
yeah,
worldwide.
Boys and Men's a big. I wouldn't argue that.
So yeah.
So like some of the I get both sides though. Like I get both sides. It's more like what you gravitate towards more personal.
I think you really start to see a shift in R&B as far as that sound wise, probably around 05, maybe 06 ish, where Trey Songz and them started coming
like
in Neo type.
Yeah.
And his first album is fire. I'm not saying, but I think you started to see like a shift, just like with anything, everything progresses. But as far as like the look, I don't know, man. I think a lot of these conversations around music, I don't think people are really seeking out the music like how they want to, or they're just looking for it to be pushed to them.
That's what I'm saying. Looking for it to be fed to them instead of
But we're in a different time now.
Yeah.
Because back then, what we had, the radio. So
The
that's
radio,
how you really heard
yeah.
about people. Was the
Radio and magazines.
Yeah.
That's all we had. That's you had to read and find. You had to read and find niggas, or you was fortunate to have somebody who was already tapped in, like an older cousin or uncle who would be putting you on certain things, and you just build from there. But I mean, I feel like now with the information age, like it's no way you should be, like why we don't have this. It's out there.
Yeah, it's
Like you just gotta tap in.
But shit, okay, so for R&B, what was the magazines that for R&B that people would go and check out new artists? Like, because I know for rap, of course, it was The Source, the Double.
They used to have R&B artists on like Essence and shit like that.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking about. Yeah, like
I get what you're saying, but they didn't have one specific.
It wasn't a
magazine
specific
Source.
genre specific magazine for R&B. No, I get what you're saying.
But I still think it's still, even without that, it's still carried, if not more weight than rap.
Yeah,
R&B is older than rap.
Yeah, it's been one of the original.
Nah, you definitely right. But as far as what Marky was saying, like the only publications I would see like really,
Maybe Jet Magazine.
Jet was
Shit,
more
not
like a
even Jet.
Jet was more like an
More like
overall like lifestyle,
culture,
like
yeah, lifestyle,
But
culture
I know
TV.
Essence and Vibe. Like Vibe was
Vibe
was rap, but
yeah.
it was they kept it like fair. It was like R&B and rap and Vibe. So Source was straight rap. Murder Dog, of course, straight rap. Double XL, straight rap. Like so,
Ozone Magazine.
Yeah, Ozone.
I don't know. I just feel like everybody just got to gravitate towards what they feel. What they feel is good music. I think it was a fair question. A lot of people probably didn't want to hear what Tory Lanez had to say because of the whole Meg situation. That's just my opinion. But I feel like he had some points. But I still feel like at the end of the day, people have to just, I don't know. It's out there. That's all I can really say. You got a lot of dope artists out there who don't really be on the shit that you really don't like. They might not be as big. So my question be, do y'all care about how big the artist is, or do you just care about the music?
I think it's two types of like music listeners. Like you got people who kind of like us, like we don't mind getting our feet dirty, like as far as like finding new people to listen to.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And we don't mind like, putting people on shit. You know what I'm saying? Then you got other people who are on the other side of that. They don't really venture out of what they listen to already. So they just wait for people to give them shit. And those people, to me, those are the people who complaining about shit the most. Like why we don't have this, or that. You know what I'm saying?
Because you got a lot of people, most of the time, you got some people who just listen to old shit.
Yeah.
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 Most of the time, they just listen to old shit. They not really checking for new shit. And they catch it in passing.
Yeah.
But I just think that with so much accessibility to music, it's out there. You just got to take the time out and find it if you're going to complain about it. That's how I feel.
Bro, you can go on your Apple Music, just go to the R&B section, like the new R&B section, and just scroll through that.
Yeah. They always got
That's
stations.
how easy the
Just
shit is
play
now.
on the
Like,
station
or you can put
But
on the
most of the
station.
time,
Like,
them niggas they want to hear at least a sample first before they even take the time to do that.
that's,
It's like,
this
no,
music
you
shit
gotta-
don't work like that, bro.
You gotta do your homework.
You gotta do your homework, bro. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, that's the beauty of this shit. Like when them niggas was going to like the record shops back then and just fingering through shit, like they was just picking up shit just off how the shit.
So as a
cover
consumer,
look.
you have a duty too.
Yeah, you have a duty too, bro. Like this shit just don't work like that, bro. Like these labels only can force feed you so much, bro. You gotta do your own due diligence sometimes with this shit.
It's only but so much promotion that you can do, man. Because even if an artist get a lot of push, that don't necessarily mean people gonna buy their music.
Yeah, we just talked about that last week.
You know, it's so crazy because like with Meg's album, that was a good album to me.
Yeah. It wasn't bad. I listened to it.
I thought it was her best project, honestly, for what she's given us so
You think
far.
it's the best?
Yeah, for sure. Because I felt like she was more transparent about her feelings. Even she still had some of like her club type, records and shit. She was really doing her thing on that album.
Yeah, I listened to it. It was straight. It was straight.
That's why I feel like in terms of sales and good music is you can't really compare the two because. Just because an album doesn't sell good.
Like Game album being so good, but that's a good album.
What did they like 18, 19K?
Yeah, 19K.
Yeah, so that's a good album. But in some cases, it could be both.
Yeah.
Okay, this was bad and it sold bad.
Yeah.
So that reflected that. And you got cases where, this motherfucker sold this and it's just No, I'm not. I'm not with
Yeah.
that. Just like Drake album,
Mm-hmm.
like that. What's that shit called? Honestly, never mind. Shit. Yeah, I'm cool on that. But I mean, I don't know. Like, how you feel about the artist IDK, which I really like. He's a dope artist. Honestly, he ain't got no bad music. He said niggas be putting their heart and soul in a song only for some group of kids who never made art outside arts and crafts to say mid. Sometimes only because they heard another person say mid, not because it's their actual opinion. I think that happens with everything, for one.
Yeah,
Number two,
like,
I feel like artists need to pick a side in terms of who judging their music, because at the end of the day, you are in your position because of the fans, if you like it or not. And I said this before. Who can judge music then? Because if that's the case, leave it to the people at the record labels and all these publications to judge your music.
Yeah.
Who make it hard for y'all to get through.
Yeah. Cause like I
Don't
said, like
ask the fans
you
shit.
can't tweet shit like that. But if you turn your album into them people and they say, "Hey, this ain't what we looking for," you taking your ass back in that studio to re-record something else. So y'all, so what side is it? Like, I just feel like overall, if you're a creative, period, once you put it out there, it's out there. You know what I'm saying? Like, you gotta accept both sides of the coin, because I guarantee you, if a nigga just get 100% compliments, he's gonna be okay with that. But if you slide in some criticism, whether it's constructive or not, it's gonna be a problem. Rather, like, once you put something out there, bro, like, it is what it is, bro.
It's already open.
I think they care about more so who's saying it is mid. Because my whole thing is, if you got more people who gravitate to your music, regardless if I like it or not, you like it or not, or you like it or not, you shouldn't really be paying attention to that.
That's my
so
thing.
Do you really care about who's saying quote unquote mid? That would have sounded like to me.
And then he's specific with it, like people who never made art. Like, I mean,
What does that mean, though?
that don't mean nothing.
I don't have to make music to know good music.
That's what I'm saying. Like, that it just.
Do I have to be a dentist to know good teeth? No, I just have to be a dentist.
I just need my eyes. I just like, yo, like, your teeth kind of fucked up. Like, I don't need a doctorate to know what good teeth.
What's going on?
But I need the doctor to know the technicals of it. But I don't. If I'm just looking at you, I can see you. Yeah. I don't know, man. Yeah.
I feel like that conversation is a weak point to get on fans.
Yeah, it is. It is, because at the end of the day,
who do you want to judge your music? That's all I want to ask.
If we not judging it,
who's supposed to judge y'all music then?
Where's your career?
A quote unquote
I just
music
wanna hear a bunch of
critic?
yes
Is
men.
that supposed to be the judgment? The quote unquote music critic that y'all also talk shit on?
Yeah, they shit on them too.
So, like, who's supposed to be the person to give their opinion?
I forgot buddy name out in LA who did the report cards and shit like that.
Can't remember.
And then he went to No Jumper and 80 was like getting on his ass. I'm like, bro, like, at the end of the day, bro, like,
His opinion.
That's his opinion.
I
And,
disagree with a lot of that shit, but
I mean, at the end of the day, like, it's like, what do y'all want? Like, do y'all want people to judge y'all music, or do y'all want to just pass through? You know what I'm saying? Like, what do y'all want?
But it's like a double-edged sword, because they'll probably say, "Oh, you know, with the people who say that those types of things, that can affect our sales, that can affect our money in the long run."
which is true in some cases.
In some cases, though,
overall, it'd be the fan opinion.
That's my thing too, man. Plus, if you're
it'd be the fans' opinion.
That's my thing, bro. Honestly, bro, if the music not hitting, it's not hitting. Because if it's hitting, it don't matter what a critic say about your music, bro.
Yeah.
Like Mike said, the fans is gonna have the last say so.
You'll always have that support.
You'll always have the fan support. So that's my thing. Like, why even harp on that shit like that? And bro was really mad at dog. Like, he was like pressing this nigga with the soft gang talking.
I highly doubt that YG cares about my opinion on his music.
He shouldn't.
And he shouldn't.
Because his first thing's gonna be like, "Well, I don't make my music for a nigga like, you know, like you or like somebody," and be like, "Dog, of course, because I'm not from around there, so I wouldn't be. I'm not your target audience. So no, you wouldn't."
There's nothing wrong with that.
There's nothing wrong with that.
There's nothing wrong with that. Like, you know what I'm saying? YG been lost me, but I still respect YG.
Word. I still respect
you know
the craft.
what he got going on, but you know that's. Like, man, it's just a weird space, because it's like, what do y'all want at the end of the day? What do y'all want?
Respectfully, man, they need to get off that shit.
Yeah, I agree.
They need to get off that shit, because it's weak, and it's. Do you want a bunch of yes man fans? But you speak against that.
Not only do you
Also-
have yes men in your studio sessions, but you want the whole world to be yes men too.
But that's always going to come back to bite them in the ass, because it'll show itself eventually. You might have a bunch of yes men fans, but when they come out to go and buy their music and they don't buy your shit, then you're going to be like, well, damn, where was the support at?
That's true
Yeah,
too.
they technically
That's
gave
true,
you
too.
support.
Yeah, a lot of that's what.
Technically, they gave you support.
A lot of
you know?
niggas don't really be fans like how they say they are, bro. Like, yeah, you right. Like, it's just more of a social media type thing more than anything.
Or if they're gonna do a show and then only,
I think they'd be more invested in the actual lifestyle and the pictures and what they got going on
Yeah.
personal than their music.
Yeah.
For a lot of artists.
Yeah, it's more the lifestyle thing.
There's only a few artists where their fan base really reflecting their fan sales
Yeah.
and their music sales. Other than that, I think that should just be they like their lifestyle.
Yeah. Like an artist like Larry June, he just dropped the album this week, right? Like
I don't really listen to Larry June.
But I'm just saying for an example, he kind of got like the lifestyle to some music support thing well balanced. Like he pushes a certain type of thing, and then his fans buy into that, and they do support him. Like, you can see like when he's independent right now. So like when he do sell shit, it matches up to him being an independent artist within his own realm. You know what I'm saying? And when he go on tour, like it do reflect. Like he pack out shows. Like you know what I'm saying? So. You know,
and I even heard him say like you don't really be paying attention to none of that shit neither. Like if you don't like it, cool. If you do,
yeah. I mean, end of the
that's
day,
how I feel.
End of the day, bro, put in the work, man.
Yeah.
Like
because in those situations, they know that the music is just another stepping tool to
it's a
propel,
vehicle to some other shit.
to
Like
propel the lifestyle. And so I got this for sale for you. I got orange juice for sale for
exactly.
you.
Like
I
he got that shit down
you know what I'm
pat, bro.
saying?
Like
So it's a
I
real
think
impressive operation.
I always say music is subjective, but I do feel like artists know when they put their best foot forward. Also, I honestly feel like they know they put out some bullshit. Now, if you really, set the time and you want to try something new, or you really felt this was your best foot forward and it didn't hit, it happens. But I feel like sometimes some of these artists get in the studio and they be like, you know what, I'm gonna just give them this shit, and they didn't put their best effort. They didn't put their best effort. I've heard it. Like like Rick Ross' last album. Sonically, that shit didn't sound good at all.
he mailed that one there.
I felt like he mailed that shit in.
He mailed that one there.
I was like, bro, you know you better than that. You know you better than that.
But the thing is, even when a mail-in album like that, it wasn't like. That's what I'm saying. I didn't never call it trash. It just wasn't his best work.
No, it wasn't.
You know
I
what
think
I'm
that
saying?
was kind of like his first underwhelming project.
Yeah.
Because like on the low, if it was a project like that, you could have just made like a Hood Billionaire 2. And just
Exactly.
gave us a
Like
bunch
don't
of
call that
throwaway-
another album.
And
Like,
actually, that's
gave
one
us
of
a
the
bunch
rare
of-
albums where honestly that shit grew on me because at first I didn't like it.
Hood Billionaire.
Yeah, but that actually is a good album.
That shit hard.
That shit hard. But this one here, I have not revisited that shit. I have not revisited that shit, man.
Man, I one Ross album I revisited was the what was it, like the Black Dollar?
Yeah,
The
Black Dollar and Black Market.
Yeah, the album on the Black Market.
Yeah, the Black Market was the album. That shit hard.
that
That's the
shit
one that
hard,
got
bro.
mail money on it and shit.
Yeah, that one that got Mail Money, Black
Yeah,
Opium, and
yeah.
that what's
Both
the,
were good. The mixtape was better. Though.
Yeah, the mixtape was better,
Yeah.
but the market album was hard.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it was good.
That what was that shit that it'd be so lonely at the top.
that's that's what I'm talking about. I think that's
that
Mail
shit.
Money in it.
I forgot the name of it.
Cause he was basically rapping about being a ghostwriter and shit.
Yeah, Ghostwriter.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was the name of that shit. Yeah, that shit was hard.
Yeah, that was a good album.
I just feel like y'all just gotta do better, man. Work harder. That's all I feel. And IDK don't got no bad projects in me. I fuck with all dog shit.
Man, just accept both sides of the coin, man. Like there's going to be people that fuck
Oh,
with
then
it.
he had the chance to rap a tweet. I ain't like that shit.
What did I saw that, but I forgot. He said something.
He said, "I know some of y'all don't like Chance the Rapper anymore, but my nigga, this guy might, and by might I mean does, has some of the most clever original bars on planet Earth. Yeah, he can have bars, but all that clever shit is subjective. I'll never say he don't got bars, but I mean it's all opinion at the end of the day.
Who don't like Chance the Rapper? He has a large fan base. Who don't like him?
This man won a Grammy off a mixtape.
So who don't like this man?
He talking about niggas like me.
But why is he worried about niggas like us
have
though?
no
Like
idea,
you know what I'm
bro.
saying? Like he did his thing on the Pablo album. Like he still give props for that.
His last album was trash.
I don't listen to it. Like I don't.
That happy day shit or whatever
Yeah.
it's called.
Yeah.
I'm cool. Now his first couple of mixtapes,
Them acid raps.
Acid Rap 10 Day, that shit was hard.
Yeah.
But his first album, that coloring book shit, cool. But that last shit, nah. And you already know how I felt about Chance, like
He ain't dropped since then, innit?
persona-wise. No.
What year was that?
But
That
I
was-
don't
that
think
was
he's
20
really invested.
That was 2019.
2019 maybe, yeah. But I don't think he really invested in music like that no more. I think
That's-
he's
that's
more so
cool.
focused on the political tip or Whatever.
He's only
other
at a place where
adventures
he don't really got to fuck with music that if you don't want to. He can pop in or pop out when he want to.
Yeah, I just felt like he was always. I always kind of felt like he was a puppet, honestly.
He was helping Kanye with the Donda album too, right? Mm-hmm. Yeah, so he pop in when he wants to.
And one thing, speaking of Kanye, bro, that's one thing I do like about Kanye though. Kanye will always bring people in, give niggas writing credit, shit like that. So I fuck with Kanye for that shit. Cause I remember I was listening to Saha the Prince talk on Big Facts, how he was just like every you know whatever month it is, whatever it may be, nigga, a check always gonna be in the mail, bruh. Like a check always gonna be there.
I meant to watch his Big Facts interview.
Pretty much,
he was way
so
overdue for an album.
In so short words, he'll always have a check. But just
nigga, first album didn't come out till what 16, 17? 17.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Nigga was way overdue.
That shit should have been like 2013, 2012?
Before then, 11, 12.
2012 at least.
Like when everybody really first heard him on Soul Paul, that should have been the transition.
That was what
that was 2010.
Yeah, 2010.
Because that's the momentum right there.
The album should have been out at least 2011, 2012.
Yeah. Shit was crazy, but then we got Royal Flush 2. That was a great mixtape. That's the song that's the one I got so emotional on it with 2 Chainz. What he do with Big Sean? That was a good fucking mixtape. But he just never kept the momentum going for whatever reason.
Because he probably got locked in that writing camp, man.
Like, Ye was like, I'm going to keep you right here.
Yeah.
I mean, he was doing to him what they was doing to him in 02.
He was think about it, like, Saha has been very well compensated for that, though.
Yeah, like I said, like he said in short words.
But he really wanted to put out an album.
Yeah.
The mailbox money always going to be there.
Yeah.
I ain't mad at Dog had a dope freestyle on LA Leakers anyway, so.
Yeah, he killed that shit.
Nigga was getting off on that shit, dog. That's that nigga there. That nigga there is witty with the bars, dog.
I saw a freestyle with E Ness getting off with Cosmic Kev.
E Ness?
E Ness for making the vein. He was getting off, bruh. He was getting off.
Okay, I gotta check that out. I haven't heard that yet.
Yeah, that nigga was getting off. I was like, damn, this nigga still at it, bro. That's crazy. But then I saw him again. He was with he got a track with Cassidy about to drop. Well, it's probably out already. But I don't really tap into that side of battle rap. But he definitely out though. He's still battle rapping all too.
Cass?
E Ness.
E Ness?
Yeah.
I haven't heard from E Ness in years.
Yeah, that shit was crazy. Damn, this nigga getting off right now, dog. Like, that's crazy.
Oh, niggas getting in a different type of bag, man. Okay. Okay. Hey, man, listen. I support it, man. I support it.
Hey, man, do your thing.
Yeah, but honestly, us coming into the full quarter, I'm interested to see what more R&B projects come out, to be honest with you. Since this is a topic.
Yeah.
But I'm actually glad Diddy and Tory Lanez had that conversation, though. I mean, niggas can't really get on Tory anyway. Me being an avid Tory Lanez listener, like, I would say that nigga put out some mid, and that nigga never put out no mid. So, he kind of is the right person to say that, in my opinion. But, we all know what's going on with his situation. So, a lot of people not going to really give no honest ear to that shit. They not going to give no honest ear to that shit, man. But, like I said, you got a lot of dope R&B artists out here. Sir, he be doing his thing. I really fuck with him a lot. That nigga really be on his shit. It's another nigga. I can't really think of his name right now, nigga. But like you said, Mo, all you gotta do is go to the R&B tab, man. Scroll
it's
that
right
shit.
there,
that
man.
Shit be right there, man.
Y'all too lazy to type, press a couple buttons on the app.
They already done made it convenient with us to have access to
bro, like,
billions and billions of songs.
That's crazy, bro. That's just crazy. Like, y'all not trying to find it, cause it's there.
Speaking of which, have y'all ever in your life, like when maybe you were younger, just went to like a record store and just was like just picked out a CD, just picked out an album? We used to go to
Monster Music.
I pick one out. I would specifically be looking for some shit.
We used to go to Monster Music, and they at the front by the registers they have like buckets of cassette tapes, like different singles that would come out during the week, or like whenever they come out. And them shit used to be like what, $1 or some change. We used to get like 10 of them shit, and that's what we listened to for that week.
Word.
You know what I'm saying? Like that's how we used to do it at my house. Like. So we was listening to whatever single come out, and then from the single, you wait on the album, I guess. Like, or whatever. Because then, like, singles was different back then. A single was like an EP, basically. So you would have that song, then like a remix, and then like
The acapella.
acapella, then like 2 different versions of the song on different beats. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, I don't know, man.
Then they got the hip clips that came out.
Yeah. Like that shit. I mean, that's how we used to listen to our music back then.
Right. Because I remember when I was younger, I pulled because I used to fuck with Blackstreet and all from the just the radio and shit. I remember I pulled it like I was looking for something, and then I seen like that was the first time I ever seen a Jay-Z song.
Yeah.
Because he was on that Blackstreet song, and then it had the 1,000,001 on there. But I just picked that shit up just by chance, and I saw the name Blackstreet, and I was like, okay, I think I remember this shit.
Yeah.
Then, lo and behold,
Jay-Z's on there.
Jay-Z's on that shit, and then I hear 1,000,001. That's the first time I ever listened to Jay. This was like maybe 97, 90. I'm like 6 years old. Like my people letting me go to Kmart and just letting me, go and find something.
Y'all know in like 99, was this 99? Yes, because Unleash the Dragon came out 99. Yeah, so McDonald's had some type of promotion going on. And they implemented it with one of their meals. So you can get a CD. It was like a CD type shit with some type of player type. This way ahead of its time.
McDonald's did this?
McDonald's did this. I'm telling you, bro.
What year was this, you said?
This had to have been 99 because this is when Unleash the Dragon came out by Cisco. It had Unleash the Dragon a single on one side and had a song by Joe on the other side.
McDonald's was getting down like this?
Yes. I remember this
Bro,
shit, bro.
what?
Wow.
This is 99, bro. And they did a pop. They did one for pop. It might have been NSYNC.
Yeah.
And another, it might have been an NSYNC song and somebody else song. But it was like 3 different types. And it was a CD.
I definitely can see the
definitely remember this shit.
Wow.
It was called
You know what I'm talking about, Drew?
it was McMusic or some shit like that. It was like an actual like I remember this shit. That's crazy.
Was this like in line with like a Walkman or some shit
It
like
was
that?
around something like that.
Hold on.
Yeah, I
me see
think
if I
I
can
think I know
find
what
it.
you're talking about now.
Yes,
Like,
because
it
it came with the Mighty Kids meal.
Bingo.
Yes, it was.
That's what it was.
The Mighty Music CD. Yep, that's what it was. It was Radio Disney, so it had Plus One, Solange, Play, Myra. That's on one CD. Little Romeo.
What, has Solange on there already?
Yeah, nigga.
Solange was like what, 2000,
Yeah, it was
2001?
called the
Yeah,
Mighty
yeah.
Kids, and it had like the AOL folder around it. You know, you pull the shit off like the little and pull out the
like
CD.
The,
Yeah.
like the CD.
Damn, Mike took that shit back, boy.
Damn, I
Okay, here we go. I got the article right here. July 14, 2000. NSYNC, Cisco, Joe headed to McDonald's. In a development show that caused one hell of a lunchtime rush, NSYNC will join Cisco and Joe at McDonald's restaurant in Philly next week to help the fast food chain launch a summer-long music promotion. Britney Spears will also participate. Yup, she was one of the other ones. Here we go. All the hubbub is being staged to help McDonald's introduce 3 new CDs and 1 new home video, which will be sold by the chain this summer. Spears, NSYNC, Cisco, and Joe will join DMX, Rough Riders, Mary J, Q-Tip, TLC, R. Kelly, Enrique Iglesias, Selena, Carlos Vives, and others on the CD's titled "Your Number One Request" and more. Yup. Telling you, it was, and each CD had either they paired them, so it was like NSYNC Joe, it might have been Britney Spears and Enrique Iglesias, it
And
might
the
have
Mighty
been
Kids
DMX,
meals, bro.
Hey, they may get a double
Word.
cheeseburger and a redacted CD.
and it
real
was with
quick.
the Mighty Kids meal,
Yep.
bro. Yup.
I remember that, Mike. You took
That's
that
how they
shit back,
reached.
though.
That's how they reached that's how they reached the that demo. Yup.
Damn, so
That's a crazy budget for real.
that's
Mark.
but to think about how McDonald's was able to capitalize off of those names alone, coming into
At
it
that time, they was ahead of their time. With
ahead
that
of their
shit.
time,
Yeah.
bro. Because you got to think, 2000 niggas were thinking that the fucking world's about to crash, all the electronics was about to crash and shit, and then McDonald's comes with this fucking launch of a catalog like this, bro. Like, to say they're set where they're set now, this probably is a huge push to put them where they're at now in their position.
Word. And you got to think, Cisco was big at that time.
Yeah.
NSYNC, of course, was big at that time. So for them to collab with me, I knew I wasn't tripping when I thought about that shit, bro.
I don't remember
That was
shit.
22 years ago, bro.
That shit took me back.
Real shit, bro. July 14, 2000. Yup.
Yeah, because you got to think, like,
Oh, McDonald's will also be giving customers a chance to win backstage passes to shows by artists on the affirmated CDs.
So, and then you think in 2004, 2005, Super Size Me came out. It ain't stopped shit McDonald's had going on.
Yeah.
See
So
what I'm saying?
regardless, I mean, McDonald's was just
They've been
looked at it
bracking.
as a boost for the artist.
Facts. And they're capitalizing off of those names and likeness.
And then you got to think, you crossing over to the internet era. Mm-hmm. You got to think that's when Napster's starting to kind of get some waves. So, okay, how can we get some more money off our music? What better way than to collaborate with McDonald's? All the kids go to McDonald's. Parents taking them to McDonald's. You basically killing two birds, one stone.
Damn, I don't know about that. I would have grabbed one of them CDs back in the day, bro.
Word, bro. That was 2000, bro. And it basically was like a tape, but it had one song. It had one song on it. Well, it had two songs on the CD. That shit was wild, bro. Shit was wild. But
Boy was throwing bags, bro. Nigga just get
Telling
a bag
you.
being on the McDonald's tape, bro.
That's crazy.
that's why I know
About-
Pusha T kind of got over that shit. But I know he still kick himself from time to time for only getting $500K for that.
He said Arby's took care of him though.
I mean, he gonna get paid for life off that. I'm pretty
Way
sure.
better than he said McDonald's. He said Arby's paid him way better than
Yeah,
McDonald's
'cause
did.
it's gonna be a lifetime thing.
Yeah.
That's why it's not a one-time payout.
Yeah, he learned his lesson with that one.
Yeah.
500K, bro. That's crazy.
But that wasn't bad for him at that point.
Yeah, they were
That
young.
speaks to the time.
Yeah, that speaks
Yeah.
to the time. Speak to the time.
That makes me think what Cisco and NSYNC and all them got from McDonald's in collaboration with this shit. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Them
they
niggas probably getting like
had to get $1 million a piece.
Yeah.
at
But you
least.
gotta think it was rare at that time to even think about long term shit.
Mm-hmm.
That's why I salute to Jason Weaver's mom with the whole Lion King shit. You know, he said he still be getting like plaques and shit sometimes for that shit.
that's the top
He said for
Disney movie.
toys,
Like,
Yeah.
he might have got something for like a toy,
Yeah.
a book.
I mean,
All type of
that's the
shit.
top Disney movie, bro. Like,
Yeah.
Disney hasn't made a movie better than Lion King, and they've made some fire ass movies.
Now imagine if he actually did the voice.
Oh yeah, he would have been double in the money. He would have been doubling the bread.
He
but
just did the singing, but imagine if he actually did the voice, because he was only gonna get like $2 million.
Mm-hmm.
So shout out to his mom for that. But Pusha T in that situation, I understand, especially when he was coming from. But could you imagine the money Pusha T would be having right now for that jingle?
I mean, that's the jingle. Like,
yeah, he'd never have to rap again. He'd have to do nothing again.
Hey, honestly, if Pusha T would have been in a different type of arrogance bag, bro.
Yeah.
100%.
He's already arrogant as fuck,
like,
yeah.
but like he would have been over the hill
Yeah.
arrogant, bro.
Yeah.
Like the raps and like the
Just imagine, like, I'm just throwing a number out there. Imagine if he was just getting like $100K quarterly ever since 2002 for that jingle. Quarterly.
that's crazy.
And then it probably would increase throughout the
it
year.
would increase throughout time.
Yeah,
Based off of formula and
That
performance and
nigga be
shit.
super obnoxious. He'd be dumbing out though. He'd be a cool obnoxious.
That's what I'm
nigga.
saying. Like the amount of shit talking would be insane.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I'm saying?
That's
That nigga
badness.
already go crazy with that shit right now. Like,
But he did say Arby's took care of him though, right?
Mm-hmm.
That's good. That's good. Everything always come full circle, man. So that shit was fire too, though.
Yeah, he said he learned his lesson. He was like, when we went to the meeting room, I already had a set game plan. Like, yo, this is what I want. This is what we got to do. You know what I'm saying? And it was
I'm
like,
pretty sure he had it to where, you know, I got this X amount up front, but
yeah. But
I
he said,
need
yeah,
this
he
for
said
the
he
rest
said
of my
whatever he
life.
wanted. Arby's was like, yeah, let's do it.
That's what's up. That's what's up. Dog getting that mailbox check just like Sci High. That's what I know.
word, bro. So, wow.
And motherfuckers love Arby's. I don't know why, but
Arby's is
he
fire.
ain't gotta, he
Man,
ain't
niggas
gotta
be
worry, he
trying
ain't
to
gotta worry
hate.
about
Niggas
not
be-
getting a low check.
I'm not gonna front on you, bro. Arby's done got a nigga through some of the toughest times, bro. That happy hour,
Oh yeah.
that happy hour with them sliders. Hey, I remember when they had the mozzarella sticks on the happy hour. Hey, shout out Arby's, man. You good in the hood, bro.
Cool.
Or you go get that Market Fresh sandwich. Man, y'all ain't know nothing about that.
I
man.
used to fuck with the chicken bacon Swiss sandwich.
the Market Fresh joint. Yeah,
That shit was busted.
that shit is bust.
Yeah, that shit was busted.
Y'all
That
some
shit
wild niggas.
That shit is
But,
bust.
That shit is good, bro.
Honestly,
Niggas be
Mike,
hating, bro.
you're
Niggas
cool.
be hating, bro. Niggas be
Cool.
hating, bro.
I'm cool.
And
Y'all
then
think
you-
when
and
y'all
then
think
you
of
can get
Arby's,
a
I
new
just think of roast beef sandwiches. But don't boy, they so
I know they
like
got the fries and all that other shit.
them
Yeah, I
niggas
know.
fire, bro.
They got the milkshakes and all this.
That
other
Jamocha
shit.
shake is fire, bro.
Hey man,
I'm not even a big
I don't
fast
be
food
seeing no
eater,
long
but
lines for Arby's,
I would
man.
fuck with Arby's if I had to. If I
that's-
was in the
hey.
area and it was
But
like,
that's better
yo,
for y'all.
That's
I'd make
better.
it.
Yeah, it is.
That's better for
way
y'all.
better for us. You know what I'm saying? Because Wendy's be getting smacked on Ashley Falls feet, bro. Like
That should be out the
Yeah,
door.
Wendy's be they line always be on Ashley Falls feet, bro. That should be crazy, dog.
Y'all
Them little niggas in that kitchen getting whooped. Like,
Speaking of hard times, bro. So y'all know y'all seen the shit that was going on about the biggest panderer?
Oh God.
crazy thread, crazy quotes, bro.
Nigga said you can't clown me for being broke. I've been owning my shit. This a tweet from 2016. So I wanted to ask y'all, how long are y'all okay with going broke? Like me personally, I feel like just realistically, a couple of years you can be broke, bro. It happens. If you start tapping on 6 years, bro, I think
that's
that
just
needs
your
to be some
lifestyle.
I think that needs to be a self-reflection point.
That's
man.
your lifestyle at that point. That's what it just you're accustomed to. You know, like real talk. Me and my dog was having this conversation about basically like how some niggas, them boy really just don't need a lot for them just to be happy. And for us, we looking at these niggas like, bro.
What's a lot though? Like, what's a lot to
I think
them?
that's relative
I mean, you said this niggas relative.
to every. Yeah, each person it might be different.
But yeah, so like, because it's like you could sit there and be like, bro, like nigga, like you ain't got this, like, you know, what is you doing or we'd be like, as a
Right,
man,
right.
what is you doing? And some of them boys be like, bro, I really don't need that. Like, I'm happy just right here. And there are people out in this world who are really truly just like that, bro.
Them the people that's closest to living off the grid than you think. Like
Potentially.
like they would be cool. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like just being off the grid. Like,
Yeah,
you know
like
what I'm saying?
people who just like they're just not. They don't care about like.
But that's why
But
I asked,
what
like,
society,
what exactly
things
is
like
exactly are you
society
talking
standards is like. It's like, okay, these niggas, as long as they have a house, a car, that's it. You know what I'm saying? House, car, place to stay. Nigga might have
that's it. Like no type of swag, no nothing else.
Nigga
out
might
of-
just get a little bit of drink, a little bit of weed, and then that's it for this nigga. Like,
Hey man, that's good living to some
it's
people
to some
though.
people, that's just
living to
good
some
living to
people.
some people. You know
Yeah.
what I'm saying? For us, we'd be like, no, nigga, you need to get
We need
more.
some
You
other shit.
We
We
need
need
some
more
other
shit,
shit,
yeah.
emotion. We need to
Yeah.
get this. We need to get that. And they just be like, nah, bro. As long as I can feed myself, house myself, and entertain myself for a little bit amount of money, I'm fine.
Yeah, the bare
That's what I'm
minimum.
saying. When you say
bare
little
minimum
bit-
all the way
when
around.
you say
Yeah.
a little bit of money, I think that's when you start tapping into the relative aspect of it.
Yeah.
Because that might be good. That might not be little money to them.
I mean, I think people know what's little money, and
Where they're
especially in
great
these
and
times.
yeah, where they're at.
But
on
I
the,
get what
on
you're
the
saying
scale,
though. I get what you're saying though. Like niggas know if they
75,000 in California is little money. Do you think 75,000 in South Carolina is little money?
that's damn near rich here.
Okay,
Yeah.
so that's
Yeah.
what I said. It's a difference.
Yeah.
That's
But-
equivalent to 36,000 here.
But okay. So, but what if you have somebody? What is 75,000 in California as far as like okay?
That's 36,000 here.
That's 36,000.
That's
here.
paycheck to paycheck out
That's
there.
pay-
That's
Paycheck-
paycheck to paycheck in California.
Okay, well, imagine if somebody who's only making 36,000 down here.
That's
do you
paycheck
think
to paycheck.
Basically, unless you're living with somebody, you can combine
Unless,
resources.
yeah, and save money.
But for the most part, there's some people who want to just live in that realm right there.
I don't know nobody who cool with living paycheck to paycheck.
No, there is
bro.
people who like as far as like shit like that.
For real?
Not necessarily like the whole aspect of struggling, but some people don't struggle there. Like some people are cool. Like
They're cool with just where they're at right there, bruh. It's for us, like I said, for people who want things, who have big aspirations and things like that. We look
But
at
I'm
it as like,
specifically
yo, you're
talking
crazy.
about being broke. That's what I'm talking about.
But in
what's
our
broke?
eyes-
What's broke to people who don't see it as broke?
That's a good
That's
question.
That's a different thing. Like you say, 28.
we know what broke is though.
But that's not broke to some people who ain't probably had shit or don't really care about the shit that we care about. You get what I'm saying? Like we gotta.
I'm not talking about those people though.
I mean, a lot of people don't really subscribe to those type of things though. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, we know what's broke to us might not be broke to somebody else.
If somebody's making $20,000 a year, right? They might not feel like they broke, but that person feel like if I make $10,000 a year, I'm gonna be broke. You get what I'm saying?
Nah, I get what you're saying in
get what
that
I'm
aspect.
So
Yeah.
I asked y'all, how long are you okay with being broke? Whatever that number may be,
I'm not okay. I'm not okay with that at all. Like, I mean, I understand.
I'm just when I ask that question, it's whatever's relative to you.
I know shit happens in life sometimes.
When I ask that question, don't attach it to a number.
Yeah,
I'm just saying, how long are you? 6 years is wild to me.
I'm not okay with it at all. I don't care about a time frame.
Yeah, like, I'm gonna try to fix my situation as soon as possible.
That can happen for X amount of time, whatever the time may be. But when you start tapping into years.
I mean, you can't really do that either because everybody got their own process though. Like some people will take them 15 years to figure it out. It take them 10 years to figure it out.
Or they might have a goal they're trying to reach within that, and so they figure, hey, I'm gonna be
like
broke for this.
Like some people be working towards something and they don't get on until year 15, year 14.
Broke.
Yeah, that happens with some people.
Or like
a lot of businesses, like a lot of the top businesses, them people don't really pay themselves for real until like year 8, year 10.
And you also got to think, like in the medical field for a doctor, they got to wait another. You're basically a broke grad student going through.
Okay. You got to go through a whole another 4 or 5 years of school.
Mm-hmm. So you feel like that needs to be. People should be more in that aspect. Then you should be more sensitive to that because. Is there no accountability? Is there any accountability in terms of being broke? It's a case-by-case
situation. Because at the end of the day, what is that specific person doing? Like how we was getting on the nigga because like a year before he was asking for a nigga to help him on. He had a GoFundMe for his transmission, and then this year you asking for money for your engine, but then you telling us you work 60 hours a week. It's not adding up. Like what are you really doing, my nigga? Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? That's different. You know what I'm saying? Because you're not telling us the truth somewhere. You know what I'm saying? Like, word. You telling you have a GoFundMe.
There's a difference between somebody who's like
your followers are helping you fix your car, but you still crying about gas prices. But you telling us at the same time you working 60 to 70 hours a week. That's not adding up to me.
So there needs to be accountability.
That's in that case, I would ask that brother, what are you really doing? Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying?
That's what I wanted to know. Yeah.
So yeah, it could be case by case.
Every situation is case because you honestly have some people out here who's trying and do with the inflation and everything that's going on. Yes,
that's an added fact that a lot of people are not taking. Yeah, like shit.
And by no means am I shitting on anybody that's broke. I'm just talking about the mental of is
adapting to that or still
not
wanting
even
more.
Adapting. What are you doing to how? Like if you know you're broke.
How are you trying to get out of your situation?
How are you trying to get out of your situation? And is there a timetable on that, or the timetable don't matter? Because are you really trying? You've been trying for 6 years, but you just can't crack it. You've been broke for 6 years.
Hey man, that 7th year might be the one where some shit
hit.
just happened and the motion never stopped from there. Like
it'd be like that, or it could be a time of self-evaluation. Like, I need to switch this shit up and do something else.
Switch something up.
So, because there's nothing wrong with that.
You might hit year 6 and be like, damn, this ain't working. Year 7,
because doing the same thing expecting
up.
a new outcome is insanity.
Yeah. So year 7, you switch something up and pew, you done took a body there. Like,
and it takes you gotta take a real hard look at yourself and be like, okay, is this the thing that I'm going to kind of ride with? Because it's like, let's say if a nigga's doing music, nigga might have been doing music for like 8 years and then boom, he just break on the 9th year. But in reality, you have to look at yourself like, am I doing the things to get me to the place where I need to be for me to be confident enough to say that, hey, in my 9th year, this shit could happen? Because some people just be like, all right, I'm doing this shit, I'm just doing it.
With the music shit though, like
what's the motion going towards it?
You rapping that long and you ain't got nothing going on in like that 6 or 7, 8 years.
You should have something else going, I would assume.
Because like with the music shit, you gotta be putting some money into that.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Know what I'm saying? Like you just don't put out music and then people just, oh yeah, I know this nigga. I just found him on SoundCloud. It don't happen for everybody. That don't happen at all like that. Like you gotta put money in some type of like promotion, some type of branding. Like you know what I'm saying. So if you ain't got that going on by 6, 7, like I mean,
I feel like when you start talking about money and all that. Again, a lot of it's always going to be relative to everybody, but I think everybody can at some point you got to have some self-reflection in terms of your situation.
Right.
Yeah.
Like, especially if you know better. You see what I'm saying? It's like, bro, like, are you like I'm really being lazy, or I'm not really putting my best forth effort,
or I'm not really balancing or budgeting.
My best foot forward.
Or I'm not budgeting how I need to budget. Or nigga, am I just like I need to get another job? Like you gotta just tell yourself harsh truths.
Pride getting in the way. They don't want to get another job.
Not, I mean, either you're going to do two things. You're either going to figure out a way to advance yourself, or you're just going to be stuck where you at.
Or
so
you get swallowed up by the world.
Yeah, you just get swallowed up by the world. So you could be advancing yourself. You might have to work. You might, have to work 2 jobs. Or if you don't want to do that, nigga, you have to find a hustle. Like, you got to figure out how to do something, nigga. There's 1,000 ways to get paid out here. I don't give a fuck if you're making $10 a day, $5 a day, $7. You got to just figure out how to just keep the shit going.
If you broke and you find out how to make an extra $10 a day, you can't tell me you can't do something with that $50 at the end of by Friday.
Yeah.
To put you
I think you can find a way to make 15, then 20.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like you can build some. If you figure out a way to do something to get you something, you can figure out a way to build on top of that.
Yeah.
So I think that's just what it is, man. You gotta, how they say it, you gotta reverse engineer your life at some point. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Then
like
when you do shit like that, I feel like the universe will reward you because it'll be like, all right, I see
you're not
cheating
the grind.
You're not cheating the grind. You're staying down. You're doing
that's
good
one
things.
thing. I do believe in that though. Like as far as like the work that you put in, like you know what I'm saying, like the grind, quote unquote, which is basically the universe. That shit do see that. Like you know what I'm saying, like. There's no doubt in my mind, and I'm gonna just use us. Like we 2:15 in, you know what I'm saying. Nobody can tell me that we ain't grinding, you know what I'm saying, or at least being consistent and working, putting a foot towards with this shit. You know what I'm saying. And I'm pretty sure that, whenever it come, it's gonna come. You know what I'm saying. No matter, nobody can get in the way of that because that's just what it is. Like you know what I'm saying. So that go for anything. As long as you consistent with it, or you putting your best effort towards it, something's gonna come from it. Or you just gotta trust that grind. You gotta trust it. That's why like you gotta do something that you really like doing.
And another thing, you gotta keep finding ways to kind of reinvent yourself in doing that, or just keep adding new shit to what you already got going on, so it don't just kind of get. You don't feel like, oh, I'm kind of just doing the same. You don't want to get stale. Yeah, get stale.
I think the biggest thing is, like we said before, is just a consistency aspect. I don't think people really. I think when people just think of consistency, they think of they kind of think same thing mental as kind of like, well, I'm just doing the same thing. But no, the consistency is what matters the most. I think when people start doing some new shit and then they start to do it repetitive, and they feel like they kind of in a sense feel like. They not how can I say it? They get kind of bored with it, or they feel like, well, I've been doing this for this amount of time, ain't nothing coming from it. So then in turn, the quality falls off. Instead of maintaining that consistency and that quality thing, it's like working out. You might be working out strong for 6 months, then 7th month, you kind of get lazy, or you don't go for that month. Then you look up the 8th month, you go for like probably a few days. Then the 9th month, you don't go at all. So I feel like when people just fall off on the consistency aspect, that's when they, because they're not used to, like me and Mo talk about this all the time. How many people do you think really can do something for 5-6 years and not get paid for it?
Not too many. If they feel like they're putting all
that's
their time
really what
and effort,
I'm talking about. A lot of people want something, they want to be rewarded for it instantly. Whatever they're doing. That's why most say you really got to do something that you like. Because if you're not doing something that you don't like, you're going to expect, well, where's the compensation for this shit?
You always look for some type of justification from it, like some type of reward from it. But your reward, this is my reward. Being with y'all, this is my reward right now. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, so I don't look at it like I'm losing right now. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm with niggas I fuck with. Like, you know what I'm saying? We talk about shit. We all got a common interest in shit. So it's like, like this not a loss to me. Now, if I didn't really like this and I was just trying to do this just because, I seen
a bag.
I want to get a bag, or just because I seen another nigga over there getting a bag from it. He might have already been doing this shit 10 years before me or 5 years before me already. You know what I'm saying? He already got a commitment towards it, a genuine commitment, not just me wanting to do it because I see him doing it. You know what I'm saying? So it's you gotta. That's why I say you gotta do something that you got a genuine passion about, and you know that you'll see something from it.
100% agree, bro. So speaking of, we got another versus battle going on, but versus versus Triller, man.
Oh man,
That versus.
hey man, he lied. They lied.
Remember we spoke about this before after the last one, the Mario and all that other shit, but
We said that too, but we didn't know if it was confirmed or not. Cause I said, I was like, bro,
it seems like these niggas just came out here trying to get a bag. And then, you know, Triller even kind of defending themselves like, bro, like we've already paid them, but they're paid quarterly based off of, you know, basically a performance type shit. But they're still saying
they're supposed to get paid straight out. Like they're supposed to get paid.
Not even a straight out thing. They haven't been
making the
paid.
payments.
They haven't been making the payments. Triller hasn't been making the payments. To them.
So
$28 million they're suing them for.
Okay, so if that's the case, then that would basically them getting paid would be dependent on how Triller is performing.
I would assume so.
But Triller hasn't been putting out shit.
But they have a lot of ads and sponsorships. Like, I don't have Triller myself, but that's how they make their money. A bunch of ads and support.
I'm gonna be real with y'all, man.
I only see Triller.
This is kind of like instant karma for them because they went out and was very adamant about them
keeping it for the culture,
not selling this
and
shit and
like
not,
that, yeah.
you know, not letting it get tainted and nothing. And now look where we at now. And you know, I ain't trying to kick these brothers or whatever, but I mean, like, y'all, you kind of gotta stand on your word, bro. Like, y'all came out and said that y'all wasn't gonna sell it or let nobody get into, you know, the wrong hands or nothing like that. Y'all was gonna keep it, you know, amongst y'all. Yeah. This is what they said, you know what I'm saying? And now, you know, and I kind of felt like this, like the last couple of verses is like, Swizz, you in the comments complaining about people being late. Why aren't you there? Clearly, you not really the boss like that. And come to find out, y'all done sold the shit. We wouldn't know that they sold the shit if they weren't complaining about not getting paid. Let's be real.
True.
Like, that's just what it is.
He was supposed to be the Vince McMahon of Versus.
It was a layup. Y'all supposed to be Vince McMahon and Eric Bischoff, bro. Word. Like, that's just what it was,
I feel like if this is something that they really cared about, they would be at every event.
But y'all in the comments, y'all in the comments like us.
Comments like us. I don't really feel like
that's how I knew that y'all kind of weren't the bosses no more. Yeah. Cause this y'all shit. Y'all supposed to be at every event.
Everyone. Might be that, but I don't even think it was a boss thing, bro. I just don't think they really cared about it like that.
Hence it being sold. But y'all still putting on the front like y'all got some type of say so. Oh, we need to start doing this. Well, shit, ain't this your shit?
It's your shit. Yeah. They should have stayed with Apple, in my opinion, if they wanted to do anything. Even for the art, because remember
I feel like Apple was the best move. Like,
first of all, the quality was way better because even if you couldn't watch it, you could listen to it on the radio shit.
We watching Verzuz. I'm watching Verzuz.
I was listening to Verzuz at work one night.
I'm watching. We watching Verzuz on Triller one time, and no lie, backyard wrestling commercial come on. Like, what's going on? Like, y'all just got this shit doing anything. Like, y'all got this shit with like bottom barrel boxing leagues and shit, like this all mixed up in between. This shit don't match with this. It don't. Like, that was a terrible move. Like, y'all gotta stand on that. Like, this is what y'all did. Yeah. So now I don't know what's really about to happen with Verzuz going forward. Nah, it makes sense because it ain't been no Verzuz announced since the Bobby V one. I mean, Mario and Omarion. Ain't been nothing said since then.
That was about what? 2 months ago, a month ago?
Yeah, it usually be some talks about something. You know what I'm saying? Like, they try to do a versus at least every 2 months, a month or at least a quarter, each quarter. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. And there ain't been nothing said since. Like, that, the writing's on the wall. Like,
once money got involved, I'm not saying money shouldn't have got involved, but they should have went about it a better way.
It started.
They should have stayed with Apple.
If y'all noticed, right? You started seeing Ciroc bottles all over the place. Yeah. And then you start seeing, like, you know, different ads for Wingstop, like little posters and shit all over this, you know. And then I think it came to a head for me was the 3-6 and Bone Thugs one. That was like a straight corporate type, nothing but, you know, plastered ads all over the place around them boys. Like,
niggas being late.
Niggas being late still. You Swizz in the comments still then. Nigga, I think it was sold back then because he was in the comments then. Like,
Yeah.
He was pissed off then.
yeah. But
But
nigga,
he had beef with them in terms of they payment.
but nigga, this is your shit though. You supposed to be in control of all this, right? You weren't.
He sold it.
So I mean,
Try to cash out, man. Instead of just holding.
but y'all, you told us that y'all wasn't gonna sell this shit.
How y'all gonna have the host there? Y'all not there. That shit just never made sense to me. Y'all shouldn't be in the comment section like us. And then you complaining in the comment section. Nigga, you should be there. This is your shit.
Hey man, Smack be at all them battle raps.
Yeah.
That's all. That's what I know.
Smack, he right there.
Yeah.
And if you ain't performing at the par, you won't be on
You
the
don't,
next card.
you don't want, ain't you not?
Better
ain't-
ask Twerk.
Don't they pay get affected by that too?
Yes.
So I mean, hey, Smack been pushing 20 plus years. What's going on?
And your shit is performance based with Smack for sure. You get the choking and shit, you won't get next card,
And
bro.
he on caffeine now. Everything's still running how it's supposed to run.
Yeah. That's how this shit need. Matter of fact, they need to holler at Smack and see how they should be running their shit. Yeah. Get some advice. That's how I look at it.
Smack at every battle.
Yeah, bro.
Him and Caffeine seem to be rolling, so
Ain't no hiccups over there.
ain't no hiccups over there, man. And everything should be performing. Everything should be based off performance. So if it ever, and I really ain't got no beef with Triller because y'all came to them.
Yeah.
And if anything, the best platform they should have stayed on, in my
It's
opinion, was
Apple.
Apple.
Yeah.
I wouldn't have minded if they went to caffeine as well though, because caffeine it kind of fit more to. You gotta think like, why would y'all take Verzuz to Triller? Triller's like
I still feel like you should go to an app that has an
underground
audio
wrestling
video.
leagues and shit on there.
Triller
Like,
has the most ads and shit like that, so they're probably looking at it from that perspective. But if you're looking at it from the long game, Apple probably would have been your best bet.
yeah,
because you could have easily
you already
parlayed
at the top.
that.
You get the Apple.
You could have parlayed that. I mean, dog, every time the versus happens with an artist, their streams go up. You're directly with the top streaming company.
You're right
it doesn't
there.
make
all I gotta
it-
do is one swipe. Boom. While still listening.
While still listening.
That's the thing.
All
That's the
seamless.
key.
All seamless.
All seamless. Because you had the audio version being played, or you could have went on IG.
That,
and watched
I
it. Like,
tweeted,
come
I
on,
say,
man.
bro, there's no way that these niggas thought this all the way through. They saw that money and it was, oh, let's do
They
this.
saw Triller gave them the quick upfront big bag, but if they played the long
They
game,
didn't think
Yeah,
this
do it
shit
for
through.
Apple.
They didn't think this shit. They was trying to offset that shit real quick. Let's go ahead and get this shit off our hands.
Yeah.
That's what happened.
Yeah,
While still trying to make it seem like y'all calling shots. Y'all weren't calling shots no more.
I think they probably got tired of doing verses. I think they probably got tired.
Don't
That's the
tell us.
case,
Don't
then
don't
no.
tell.
Yeah, I
don't
think
tell
I'm
us
tired
that
of
y'all
that
still trying to keep it for us because y'all didn't want it no more. So I do want Versus to continue, but I don't know what's about to happen with this shit now.
Versus could be very great if it's ran correctly.
Yeah, if it's ran
That's the
correctly.
thing.
Y'all didn't, like we just talking about, you gotta actually care about something. They didn't care about that shit.
don't think they cared
didn't care about that. It was cool to do when it first started for them.
Then it probably got a little too
it
much
started
for
getting
them.
too much for them. You know what I'm saying? Which is cool if it's getting too much for y'all.
So they treated
Try
it
to
like a
try
stock
to put
option.
people in place that actually care about this shit.
You could motherfuckers don't want to transition shit. They don't want to transition nothing, man.
They got that shit to the highest bidder, and then
And now y'all want to
up.
complain now. Y'all can keep that to yourself at this
if
point,
that was
bro.
the case, you should have just been like, "Yo, we are not involved with versus anymore. Like, we are disattached."
But y'all
with the
still
brand."
making it seem like something y'all was putting on the front.
Yeah, because some boy probably still wanted what came.
I
with
seen it because I was like, bro, like how y'all talking like this in these comments and y'all not even at the show? Like this supposed to be y'all shit. Like I've been kind of saying, I was like, bro, like nobody else notices this. Like y'all in the comments, like us and the other celebrities that's watching it at home. That's not adding up to me, brother. Because like I said, Smack at every battle in the middle of the fucking stage. Like he's there.
Facts.
Y'all could be at a suite somewhere in the same building, bro.
Facts.
Like. I just don't understand it, bro. They didn't think that shit through at all.
I don't understand why. And the fumble of it is just so disappointing because it's a great platform to bring great artists together, have great performances. Like, but these niggas just didn't give a damn.
So I mean, you know, what do y'all think as far as like the future of Versus? Like, do y'all think we're gonna get another Versus this
I hope
year,
it
or-
comes back, and if you bring it back to Amazon, bring it back to Apple,
Yeah.
bring it back to one of those two.
Yeah,
I mean, from the looks of it looked like Triller trying to keep that ownership, and still, you know, I don't know.
Honestly, I don't think they care about it.
You think so?
I don't think they care about it like that.
They got so
'Cause, I
much
mean, they
stuff
still got
that
so
makes
much
them
shit
way
going
more
on.
money
Yeah, they
than
do.
that. Though.
That's
They-
not moving the needle for them.
Yeah, did y'all see that they was like the only carry that Ric Flair had his last wrestling match, and them niggas was like the stream provider for it.
Wow.
That shit did numbers, and that shit was like completely sold out, like the show.
Yeah, because
But Ric Flair done came out and said that's not about to be my last match. He would end up dying in the ring, bro. Like that shit crazy. No, seriously, he's like 80 something in it. Like he's old,
Yeah.
bro. Like he's old, bro. Like
You seen this 30 for 30?
Ric Flair? Yeah,
Yeah.
I saw it. Yeah, I saw that shit.
You gotta
niggas
also
like,
think
wow.
too. Damn, what was I about to say? Fuck, I had my point. I just lost it that fast. Oh yeah, so like even with Verzuz, right? If they was to just transition to Amazon and Apple, you're looking at two platforms that are, in my opinion, are kind of flawless as far as streaming. You ain't gotta worry about the promotion because you gotta think with Triller, right? With all that other shit they got going on, especially like with the boxing shit, nigga, they had Snoop calling the boxing match.
That shit was fire too.
Yeah.
That shit
But
was
that
fire.
ain't really like that ain't really like the thing for Triller. Promotion wise, did we really ever see Triller promoting that shit like that?
Nah.
It'd be the artist, really. The
Be
artist.
the artist
and then
promoting it, like
Exactly.
we be the artist. Like
Exactly.
Triller itself don't be promoting shit.
all
like
they'll
that,
do
like-
is just
So that
have
shit not moving
an
the needle for
Instagram
them.
post and
Yeah.
then that's it.
But when Triller was doing like a live stream on their Instagram page though for Verzuz though,
Okay.
because
Okay.
because when Method Man and Redman did their one, they streamed that on the
didn't even
Instagram
see that
page. They streamed the KRS one, the Verzuz.
Yeah, Onyx do one.
Onyx did do a Verzuz, I think. Yeah,
Yeah,
What's
Onyx
that-
and
what's that-
Cyber
what's
Cell,
that-
But
yeah.
that was like they had combined that Verzuz with like a boxing match too. That's when I was like, man, this shit going on.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
That shit, because it was the Verzuz, it was that Verzuz, and then it was like two boxing
Yeah,
matches after
bruh.
that at the same venue. And I was
That's
like,
crazy.
I was like, hey,
janky as
what's
fuck,
this
man.
going
That
on
sound
here?
like some janky
Super
shit for
flam.
real.
I was like,
That
what's
shit
going on?
sound
But
real
I mean,
flam.
I saw Fragile Star. He was talking about that shit. He was like, them boys got paid for that shit. Like,
Oh, he ain't tripping, man.
yeah, he ain't tripping. He
Cut
had the
the
big
check.
Onyx chain now. Like, he good. Like, he good. Like, if you watch Fragile Star on Vlad, like, he's shining. Like, he good.
That always boils back to at the end of the artists want to be paid, and I ain't mad at it. But the Verzuz was a celebration type thing.
It
at
was,
first.
but I didn't have a problem on like the artists like that getting their payday from it. Like, you know,
I'm
what
not
I'm
mad at
saying?
that. But just match the energy.
Just
with
match
this
the
shit
end,
too.
yeah, because you know, for Swiss them to
'Cause
come
at that
out,
point, you are getting paid, right? So
Yeah.
give us a good fucking show, man, and be on time.
yeah.
And stop holding this shit on a fucking Thursday, man.
Thursdays and Wednesdays. These
That
niggas
shit
did a
outta here,
Valentine's
man.
versus the day before Valentine's Day.
That was the day after
No,
Valentine's.
they
Or
after
the day after.
Tuesday.
Like, what are y'all doing?
That made no sense.
On a Tuesday.
That shit made no sense.
You doing them on a wackest day, a Tuesday and Thursday, nigga. Like, come on, man.
That's crazy.
Do that shit on a Friday or Saturday, man. Like, have any of them been held on a Saturday?
Never, except
No.
when it was a pandemic.
Yeah,
And
them shit was like any time.
it was at any time because we was all in the house, so it didn't matter.
Yeah.
But when it really got official, it was never on a Friday or Saturday.
I think the Babyface one that was like a Thursday or something like that.
Nigga, Teddy Riley came out the gates trying to do the shit. He was doing the shit that they do at Verzuz now.
Yeah, he was thinking ahead of the
Like,
curve.
nigga, we all on our Instagram live. That sound is not gonna pick up like
Yeah,
that, bro.
but he said it was straight on his. He had his own. See, he was thinking a little too ahead because he said he had. If you remember, he had his
Yeah, I
own.
listened to it.
He had his own stream link for it, and he was like, everything was cool on his one. It was the Instagram. Everybody was watching on Instagram though.
But at that time, all we needed you to do is
just
hit
play your songs. Yeah,
Hit
just play
the
your
play.
songs.
And Babyface just wanted to hit the.
Yeah, Babyface was like, man, I gotta go to sleep in a minute, man. I'm.
You know, he's just fresh off of COVID too.
Yeah,
Now.
and he older, like, bro. Like, I'm trying to.
Babyface in his 60s now, man.
I gotta catch the sleep, bro. Like, you tripping? Like,
Niggas was shit. I was shitting at Teddy behind that. That was 2 years ago, you know.
yeah, that was.
It's crazy how fast sign done gone by, bro.
Well, I mean, I don't want to say RIP versus, but United still. I don't know when the next versus is going to happen. So
I think they'll revive it, but it has to. It could be done perfectly if you put it on Apple, man. Apple. I'm pretty sure Apple will take care of y'all niggas, man. They should have never left them. To be honest with you, they should have never left them.
they
niggas.
got that. They got that offer, that email. Switch was probably like, "Hey Tim, you see this?" And niggas
How
like,
much was
"Oh."
it for? Like 28 million?
No, they're suing for 20
They
million.
suing for 28
Triller
million.
paid them 50 million up front though.
Oh, word.
So the deal
Yeah.
overall is probably like almost 100 million or something.
Okay.
If you really think about it, like
So they ain't giving them the back end, basically.
they basically run off on them like, yo, like
Fuck out of here.
Y'all
nigga.
niggas know what time it is.
Word.
Like,
I'll
So
get
the
that shit
problem,
in
man,
man.
based on performance, man, y'all niggas ain't really.
you know,
I don't know.
y'all lucky we don't start recouping around those motherfuckers. Like, so, you know.
Oh shit, that boy's probably done. Might have took they fucking publishing in it.
What took them boy publishing, bro? Hey, man, I'm tired of TikTok. I be posting like little clips on the TikTok page, bro. Them boy telling me I don't own the copyrights to my own voice.
Shit,
Like,
I don't know what's wrong with that shit, bro.
no, but shout out JT though. He told me what to do, so I'm gonna start doing that shit this week.
What'd he say?
He basically saying you gotta label it as like you own it, like, you know what I'm saying. So
That shit, wow.
because it'll scan it, and I guess I'm guessing to me. It's gotta be like some automated shit that's kind of like listening to it. That's probably looking for certain shit, and then it's probably confirming whether it's, you know.
TikTok always got some bullshit going on.
Yeah,
bro.
dude, bro.
Y'all don't be paying y'all creators neither, but that's neither here nor there.
I mean, they pay the creators. They just don't pay the black ones. So
And the most popular person on TikTok is a black dude, right?
yeah, the black dude who do the little.
Oh, the little thing. Yeah,
I
that's
saw
him.
some shit where he was in because I think bruh from like Italy or some
Yeah.
shit like that. And he just got his Italian citizenship. He just got this shit.
Oh,
Hey,
Nigga
that
been
shit-
living there since he was 3 years old, and they just gave it to him because he's now famous.
Oh wow, that's crazy. Now they want to attach yourself to him because he's famous. That would sound like to me.
Hey
It's
man,
fucking crazy.
Speaking of famous, y'all watched Raising Kanan last night?
I'm watching today.
That nigga famous is shambles, man. That's all I'm gonna say.
Damn.
Famous is some shambles, man. But this season here, this shit about to get thick. Bro. I'm telling you, this is the best spin-off show from.
You
Power,
watching,
bro.
Marcus? You watching?
I saw a little bit of episode 1, but I ain't seen episode 2. I'll catch that shit when I catch it.
Drew, you don't watch that shit?
Yeah, y'all niggas gotta catch
Nah,
up.
I'm
with this
watching
shit.
tonight for sure though.
I watched that Manti Teo doc, man.
Yeah, I seen that.
Hey man, I don't remember even killing dog behind that shit. I remember just kind of getting my laughs off, and the shit just kind of like ran its course. But that shit was really wild thinking back on it. Like, that was 2012, 13, bro. That was 10 years ago.
That's 2012.
Yes, dog.
I thought that shit at first before I seen the documentary. I thought that shit happened in like 09, 010.
No, it was like 2012.
Because they played.
He was like
that
he
year.
was like the top nigga. Like he was one of
Yeah.
the top dudes, bro. Like
in his draft. He didn't get drafted until second
Yeah, he
round
didn't
behind
get-
that
yeah.
shit.
yeah, that shit affected his
But
overall.
hey, shout out
like,
to dog. He got him a beautiful family now, man.
Word?
Yes.
it's on Netflix or something.
Word,
You
yeah,
gotta-
it's on Netflix. But
I'ma watch that
I
shit.
found his Instagram page. He got him a daughter now, beautiful wife.
Word. That's what's
Yeah,
up.
dog bounced back from that shit. But that shit, I really didn't. It really breaks down how he went through that shit, like, because all we got was the surface level shit.
Mm-hmm.
We never really got his story behind that shit. We just got him on what he was on Ellen or some shit. Talking about how, because people thought he staged it, they thought he was undercover gay, and it
That's
was none of that
that's
shit.
what a lot of that was going on.
Yeah.
It was thinking like, damn, but did he do this shit himself or
Yeah.
something?
When it came out, I was like, damn, dog really just got caught up on some catfish
Yeah.
shit. I didn't know it was that in depth, but I do remember the memes coming out.
Yeah.
That was a big thing about like,
he was getting cooked. He was
Yeah, he was
getting
getting
cooked.
cooked.
He was
Yeah.
getting
Yeah,
cooked.
he
He
was.
But they were saying like basically, how you getting catfish in 2012 at that time to think, and niggas are still getting catfish.
That
to
was
this
a new
day.
thing. That was kind of like a new
All we
thing,
had was
damn
MTV
near, bro.
True Life
yeah.
and catfish shows, but it was like
Catfish. When did Catfish come out on MTV? That was like what 2014, 2013.
I can't call it off the top.
It had to
of my
come out like right after that Manti
Bro,
situation.
If you look at the
like,
story on Netflix, the first 35 seconds, you're gonna be like, all right, man. Like when I had tweeted yesterday,
Yeah.
I'm like, all right, man, because the person who did it, it's on some wild shit, bro.
Yeah, the dude behind the shit.
He
why do
trans.
people do shit like that to people though? Like,
Dog, I don't.
You gotta
know.
look at the reason. This motherfucker's full of shit. That's all I
Yeah,
gotta
his
say.
reasoning is full of shit.
It's full of shit, bro. You
Like,
gotta
he-
watch the shit. Though.
I'm gonna watch it. I'm gonna watch it.
He literally just fucked this man's whole life up, bro.
That shit did drop his draft standings and all. Like
because
that.
because Monty is a genuine person. That's why I felt so like just from looking at the doc. He had no reason to lie about none of that shit.
I felt
he really
like-
just caught up in the. He got. Really
I
caught
always
up in
kind
the
of felt
web.
like he was like. That's why I never really like joined in on because he was
Exactly.
getting
Yeah.
cooked
He was
back
getting
then.
I mean,
like,
and I will say Monty was a little green to the situation.
I mean, some niggas
You gotta
be like
think this
that.
is 2012 Twitter now.
Yeah.
Niggas be dog. Like a lot of people are green and shit like that.
Yeah,
bro. Like a lot of people are,
You
bro.
gotta say,
Like,
one of his teammates was like, bro, to be honest with you, I could get it because it was popular around that. Well, for us, it was normal to have a long distance relationship.
yeah,
He
especially
said,
like
I
them,
was in a long distance relationship. I would only see my girlfriend like twice throughout the year. And It
Yep.
was normal.
But you
We be in
still
there
saw
playing
her
the
though.
game.
You still saw her though. Them boy never
That's why
saw.
Dog, you got to watch this shit.
You gotta
'cause they
watch
even-
that shit,
You got to
man.
even, when they even speaking about just the seeing aspect, dog full of shit. That's all I got to say. You got to really watch
You
this
watch it,
shit.
Drew?
The crazy shit is when they
wild.
made the real girl put the fucking picture up.
Telling you, man, you gotta
That
watch
was
this
the
shit.
crazy shit. I'm like, bro, how the fuck they get that shit off, bro?
And she had an interview too. I didn't even know she had an interview around that shit neither.
I didn't know.
Cause she
either.
didn't know what the fuck was going. He got her.
He
the
back.
girl.
He do.
No, I'm just saying, like, got her to convince.
Yeah, oh, yeah.
unknowingly, she didn't know what she
Yes.
was
Yeah.
doing.
Yeah. I feel,
You get what I'm saying?
Uh-huh.
She didn't know what was going on. But we see it all the time now with these fake pages. Like, you already know if you see a certain page follow you and the motherfucker look good, but they got like 10 followers.
Yes.
I
following
blocked them
3,000.
shit
I
off.
block
Blocked
them
them
shit so
shit,
fast
yeah,
all the
bro,
time.
like-
But back then, you got to think, especially with Twitter at that time, that was like peak insult Twitter. You could let anything fly. So he was getting
Twitter was a war zone.
Yeah,
severely
he was
cooked.
getting. Yeah, he was getting.
Twitter was a war zone up
But
until
salute the dog, man. I'm glad he bounced back mentally from that shit because from what he was going through, bro, he could have checked himself out.
Yeah.
Facts.
He could have checked himself out. That was a lot to deal with at that
he
time.
was
But
going
it's
through a
it's
lot.
such bullshit to really see how the world dragged this man, bro. Like
they was killing him, bro.
Killing him.
I remember that shit, bro. I
the
remember that shit.
media killed this man.
Yeah.
But to even say this shit, like this guy's talent definitely deserved first round, not second round draft.
And
You
it
know what I
transitioned
mean?
to the field because he said who I was at Notre Dame and who I was in the NFL was
Two
I kept
different
thinking too
people.
much. Make a play, make a play, make a play. But when I was at Notre Dame, it was like boom. It was instincts. It was like I was all go. I mean, we saw it. Like dog was a Heisman Trophy finalist.
Dog was going crazy. He was going crazy, bro.
Was a monster, bro.
And that's a
He last played in 2020 for the Bears.
Oh, so he been in the league for a minute then.
He played from 2013 to 2020.
Okay, 7 years.
But under
That's a little. That's more than the average
Career.
NFL
yeah,
career.
but you gotta think, bruv. Like you still like think about offense and defense don't get along in
Yeah.
the NFL. So just to know that offense, think about how niggas. I mean, fucking high school locker rooms were. Imagine
Yeah.
millionaire locker rooms.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying?
He probably
Like,
took on a lot that he ain't
so
supposed
much
to get,
so,
bro.
so
pressure
much.
to be perfect after that situation. Like I
But
gotta come in here and be.
but
great.
everything
Can't
that
make no
you're
mistake.
saying, everything that you do, you're being viewed as, you know what I mean? Like you're getting put it in a category before you even move. When you walk in the room, you're put in a category. You know what I mean? You know what kind of pressure that shit is for, and not to
Yeah.
mention a fucking kid, bro. Like he's-
not for nothing. He's still,
21.
he's still
Thank
young,
you.
bro. Like he's still young.
Matter of fact, Marcus, he our age.
He
He all
ain't
the same age.
He ain't supposed to deserve none of that shit
Facts.
that he had went through around
Come
that
on,
time.
bro.
That shit wasn't right.
and society's dragging this man like this.
Like I remember like watching like
His
part
mom
of
and dad was on the interview with him
Yeah.
too.
I remember watching like part of interruption. Them boys clown this man.
Yeah,
then
yeah,
like
I remember that, yeah.
they'll be throwing on the bus on Sports Center. Like all this is like show after show after show, bro. Like
And
damn, like
it's so crazy because he really just was gullible. But
Yeah.
the type of person he is, I understand it.
yeah.
Because it was for that type of person, I can see why he got. And dog, whoever, listen, even the dude said it. He's like, man, listen, that motherfucker need to be going to Disney World, some shit, doing some voiceovers because how the fuck was
The shit
he
was-
doing the
Yo,
voices?
the
bro?
wild shit is the nephew shit. Where they had went to Disney World or some shit like that. Or they went somewhere and dog actually had the nephew meet Manti. Remember that shit?
Oh yeah,
I was like, bro, this nigga went all the way out for this elaborate plan,
it
bro.
was him. It was him. The
Yeah,
whole
it
time.
was him the whole
Well,
time.
my thing
though.
is like, what be the end goal?
He was the nephew and the girl at the same time.
What be the end goal with this shit, bro? Like,
I mean, bro, he literally was just like going through some shit, and he decided to drag a motherfucker along with him.
if you watch any of the Catfish episodes, that's really what it be.
Yeah,
I was depressed, and you was the only me
Because
doing this.
dog is transgender now.
All right.
So he was going through basically like a transition. He didn't really
Identity
know
crisis
Yeah.
prior.
basically.
But why does this man have to suffer for your issues and your flaws, nigga?
It's coward shit.
Yeah,
It's coward
you need to
shit,
handle
bro.
that
Throughout
yourself.
all of
nigga.
that,
You stand on your own, bro.
Yeah.
Like,
And even through all that, Monty still forgive dog.
hey, man. Some people got big hearts, bro. Some people got big hearts, bro.
But even then, you could tell like he wasn't really mad. He was just more so
Like, why?
like I'm trying to move on and why.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cause remember when Dawg said he got the call in December that she was alive and shit. That
Yeah,
I'm
yeah.
alive.
That was crazy.
And you could tell just by his demeanor. He's like, bro, like
the fuck is going
like,
on?
don't play around, bro. Like he wasn't even so much like built up with so much anger. He was just like,
why y'all playing
fed up.
with
Like
me?
why
Yeah.
y'all playing? This ain't nothing to play around with.
Yeah.
So. And I remember him just getting constantly killed. Even when he was with the Chargers, he would have a good game.
Yeah.
And they
They still
that
asking
shit.
about that shit. Yeah, I remember that shit.
It's like, bro, it's 2013, bro. Like, it's 14, it's 15, it's 16. It's like, bro, I'm just moved on. Cause
That shit
it got
wasn't-
to a point when you was playing football, like, it did get to a point where, like, all right, like, this shit is kind of like dead. And it was more so just a football thing.
Yeah.
But for the first couple years, it was just a running theme with
Yeah.
the meme. Like, if you was lying about a chick, oh, you on your Manti Teo shit. That's not really a running joke no more. But then,
No, it was.
That was a
back
thing.
then, yeah. I remember it,
was.
bro. He was getting a whole lot of heat for that shit, bro. But I be forgetting, like, he was young as hell back then, too. Like,
young. Grad came on to Notre Dame 09.
hey, man, sports media, y'all failed that man back then, man. Y'all failed that man.
I seen a lot of tweets of people who was like, apologizing to him, and it's like, bro, like I really didn't know what you was going through at that time, bro. Like, I really am sorry.
Yeah, they're not as harsh on college athletes and shit like that as they are like now as they were back then. Like
I'm
back
gonna
then,
be real,
niggas
bro. Like,
drilled
that
them
was
niggas.
probably like the worst I've ever seen, like, a college athlete get it, bro. Like even if you think back, like, when Jameis Winston and Cam Newton was going through this shit when he was in college, like,
It
then
wasn't even that bad.
it wasn't
Yeah.
that bad. Like,
It wasn't
of
that
course,
bad.
it was some racial undertones from
Yeah.
certain people, but it wasn't as
From a
bad.
catfish situation, I understand
Yeah.
getting jokes off initially, but it really
This
got
this
dragged
this
out,
spilled over from him having a all-time great college season
Career.
Yeah.
career
and season, yeah.
and going into his NFL career. It affected him, his draft stock,
Yeah.
which affected
Money.
his money, which affected his whole outlook on the game all around. Like, he took a lot of L's. Like, he really did.
His mental was so fucked up because you could tell, like, because while he's talking, they showing his missed tackles, and he was like, bro, it was just like.
He couldn't get there.
He couldn't get
it was
there 'cause
too
he-
much other shit going on in his brain for him to just,
And he just kept
focus on
trying
football.
to make a play. He kept telling him, make a play, make a play, make a play. And when you do that, you pressing.
Yeah, you press him.
He's not really just letting his instincts kick in and just.
Yeah, that's more of an instinct. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
You still got to have the smarts, but when you overthink,
Yeah, when you overthink, you done took
That's a
yourself
wrap.
out the play. You done took yourself out the play.
he easily should have been a top 5 pick.
Easy.
Yeah.
Easy.
But they let that shit fuck with
Yeah.
him. Because they didn't even look at him as a leader behind that shit. I'm like, bro, the man just got catfish.
Man, the man 21, bro. Like,
Yeah.
you y'all play.
I didn't think it had nothing to do with his leadership. He just got. Because a lot of people thought that he did it to culminate that with him losing his grandmother.
Yeah, I do remember,
Remember
his
that?
grandma died too. Man, I'm gonna watch that.
Because he had the post game and the pre games, like,
Yep.
prayers some, my girlfriend's family, RIP my grandmother, That was a common thing when talking to him. The man lost his girlfriend. He lost his grandmother.
Yeah.
So come to find out his girlfriend wasn't real. And then Deadspin dropped I remember the day they dropped the article. I might have been at work. We might have been at work when that article dropped.
I remember all that.
And
shit,
it was
bro.
like, bro, what the fuck is going on?
Man, it's like the same thing they used him to like uplift him and make him just this great football player and
Just to break him
inspirational,
down.
just to fucking break this nigga down with the same shit. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, man, that's the formula to this shit, bro.
Yeah, that is unfortunately that is the formula. That was so fucked up. But so like I said, salute the dog. Look like he's living a great life. He just had a daughter, beautiful wife, beautiful family. So I'm just glad he was able to stay afloat mentally with this shit, man. Because he, like I said, a lot of people, they can't handle no shit like that, man. And dog is a piece of shit. That's all I got to say. The other
Yeah, I'm gonna watch
person.
this shit
Yeah,
tonight,
You
man.
gotta watch that shit, man. That shit is crazy.
But they got another one coming out on the 30th. This one I want to see. It's about It's about the nigga, the fucking NBA referee, the Tim Donahue
Tim
nigga.
Donahue. Yeah.
Tim Donahue.
Yeah, he got this shit.
He was betting on games, right?
Hell yeah.
And there's a dude that was talking about how he helped cheat the Kings.
Yeah, the Kings,
That's him?
yeah.
He wasn't a part of that, but he
He
knows,
know what's going on.
He knows,
He know,
he
yeah.
knows
Yeah.
what went on with that. Yeah, the Kings Lakers series.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's a crazy series to try to swing, bro.
How much time he did? Like 6 years?
Yeah.
Or some shit like that.
Bro, I ain't gonna lie, bro.
Rigging games.
From watching that series, bro, there's no way you can say that shit was rigged. But I mean, if they come out saying that shit was rigged, then I mean, I gotta go with what the refs are
That
saying.
game
like,
6 was egregious.
I don't
that
remember
game
that. I don't
six
remember
was
that game 6
egregious.
like that though. Like I just remember like the first few games being like
we got a lot of foul shots. Let's just
that
say
game 6. You
Let's
talking
just
about
say
game
that.
6?
Yeah, we got a lot of foul shots. Let's just say that.
I just remember the first like those first 4 or 5 games. Those just were crazy games to
Yeah,
watch.
those were
bro.
crazy games. Yeah.
That was a 7-game series, so the Kings go up 2-1. Game 4, Robert Horry hits the game winner to tie 2-2. Game 5, the Kings win that shit. Game 6 is when the shit just went to shit. And
But game 7 was crazy though.
It was a
Yeah.
good game.
Game 7 was crazy.
That was that Arco.
I remember.
Arena,
I remember
yeah.
Chris Webber was like because he even said they kind of had a feeling like something was going on. He was like, "Man, we can't beat these niggas and beat the refs, bro." And so when Game 7, it's so crazy because Shaq's perspective, when he talking about the Game 7, he was like, "I looked over at their side and they looked like defeated. They look feared." But if you're looking at the Kings' perspective, they're like, "Bro,
We gotta play 2 people.
we
at the
gotta
same
play
time.
2 people at the same time. There's no way we could really like win this shit."
And
you
the
know,
Kings was
like
nasty, dog.
that was a really good team. That was a
The
great
Kings
team.
was nasty,
Them niggas
dog.
would thrive in
And
this
that
era.
three-peat, that might have been the toughest team. And
Yeah.
then probably the 2000 Blazers.
Yeah.
But that 0-2 Kings,
The Kings was nasty.
Man, they were
dog.
good, bro. Them niggas were really good.
and you know
From
what's so crazy? I had a cousin. He was a huge Kings fan. He used to always play with them on 2K, bro. Like legit a Kings fan before like they
Yeah.
really was known. Like he always had fuck with the Kings because just of the strength of Bibby. And you talk about shitting. That nigga was shit. I remember because we was in Virginia, staying in Virginia at the time, and we was all watching that series, and it was like, bro, like what the fuck is going on? And like I'm 10, 11 at the time. He
I
like
just remember
16,
I remember
17.
watching that shit in my room like by myself like bruh, this is a crazy series,
Yeah,
bruh.
bruh.
Like
Crazy. But that game
crazy,
6,
dog.
niggas was getting technical fouls for just like even
Yeah.
just tripping on
Yeah.
it was some wild
you about to
shit,
say,
bro.
we got a lot of free throws that game, bro. We got
you
a
know
lot of
they
free
got
throws that
all those
game.
games. It's a channel. It's a couple channels that I follow on YouTube.
I might watch that shit today.
They got
man.
all of the games like from that era, like the early 2000s, all of the playoff games and shit like that. I be watching them shit sometimes.
man,
like,
bro. You know
they
what
got that the 02 which All-Star game they had in Washington when Jordan
Drew.
missed the dunk.
Drew, plug that.
Was that 02?
I think it was 01.
The one where the East came back in the fourth quarter
Was
and
that
won.
2001?
That was on 1.
That was
When
01.
when Starberry was going crazy.
Yeah, it was
One.
01.
I watched that shit the other day. Them boys was going crazy that
Bruh.
All-Star game.
But
bruh.
you know was a good series, bro? The motherfucking Nets and Celtics series, bro.
Talking from 01?
Yeah, them 01,
That was
02.
02. That
Those
was
were
02.
some great
Yeah.
series, bro. I used to
Yeah.
like, man, those were some good series.
Man, Paul ain't had enough then to get
Yeah.
over kidding them boys though.
Dog,
man.
Kid,
Like,
Kid
That
used
Nets
to
team
be
was crazy.
that
Kid
Nets
used to
team
be
was crazy.
dumbing,
But
bruh.
Paul was doing his thing. We just ain't had enough to
Yeah.
get over them boys, man.
Yeah, man. Y'all,
That's what we
It
had.
was
What
really
we
good.
had?
y'all liked the point guard back then.
Huh?
Y'all liked the point guard back then. A true
We had
point.
fucking.
Y'all had like Kenny Anderson was playing point at
Kenny
one
was.
time.
We still had Kenny Anderson. We had like
It was
some-
mainly Paul and Antoine.
Didn't we
holding
still
that shit
have
down.
like
Tony
we
Delk, I
had
think,
we
was
had
playing.
Nahara on that team back then before he went to the Mavs?
Yeah, I think
Like we had we went through some times with
Yeah.
our roster,
it was
bro.
like Tony Delk, I think, was on that
Yeah, we
team.
still had Tony Delk, but Tony Delk was one of the last people from the '90s, like the late '90s teams that we had,
Oh, okay.
because he was there right before we drafted Paul Pierce.
Mm-hmm.
So, man, we went through some times with our roster, bro. Like
Kenny Anderson, Tony Battie, Mark Blunt, Kendrick Brown, Randy Brown, Tony Dell, Joseph Forte. I remember him.
yeah, remember
Joe
Forte and
Johnson.
Petit. Petit was like he was doing a thing on the board.
Walter
Yeah.
McCarty, remember him.
Yeah, I fuck with Walter McCarty.
Milt, Policio, Paul Pierce, Rodney Rogers, Eric Strickland, Antoine Warner, Eric Williams.
I fuck with Rodney Rogers.
Yeah, Ronnie was straight.
Yeah.
But I remember Tony Battie, like he was like our defensive like boards guy. Like I remember him.
I'm trying to think, what was some other good series, man, around that time? I know, of course, you had like the Kings, the Nets,
Spurs and Dallas.
Spurs
Yeah,
and
Spurs
Dallas. Yeah,
and Dallas.
Spurs, yeah,
Dallas
Spurs
was
and
always
Dallas.
good.
Yeah.
Dallas was doing
Yeah,
anything.
that was-
Y'all heard what Mark Cuban said about Steve Nash?
Say
What
we
you
should
say?
would have did it over.
He would have kept him.
Yeah.
I would like to see Steve.
Talking
Kerr
about
get that ring
before he
together.
left to go to Phoenix.
Yeah.
I mean, it was to me. I don't see why he even left.
I was shocked
Steve.
when he went to
Yeah,
Phoenix.
like he shouldn't have
Should have
walked.
stayed.
But I mean,
He didn't want to pay the
he
man.
don't pay the man.
Man, speaking of Phoenix, man, them boy had some good series with the Spurs.
Yeah. Couldn't get over them either.
Lakers and Suns had some good.
Yeah,
good
Niggas
playoff
getting thrown
battles.
into the sideboard and shit.
niggas was getting thrown into the sideboard. Yeah.
That nigga Steve Nash flew into that bitch,
Yeah,
bro.
he
I'm
did,
like,
dog.
God damn. He was getting fucked up them series against the Spurs, bro.
But think of like
Basketball, bro. Like, hey, get your ass up.
and then also another one I was listening to Darvin Ham and it was talking about I think we was talking about the Bucks. Yeah, I think I said
Bucks
it
and
again.
the 76ers.
Yeah, Bucks and
Yeah.
But think about like the finals potentials that could have been, bro.
Because he was saying, because Darvin said we should have went to the finals that year.
Yeah,
So in 02, you would have had Nets versus Kings.
Mm,
that would have been a good.
that would have been crazy.
Yeah.
Because both them teams can run. That would have been crazy to watch, bro.
Ray
think-
Allen versus Kidd and all them. That would have been dope.
But I think if they did like the Kings versus Nets, I think the Kings would win that just from the
I think
shoot.
the Kings would have
Yeah, they would have.
Because at the end of the day, who's gonna start Chris Webber?
Yeah, Chris. I mean, Kane Martin ain't been doing that.
Yeah, he wasn't doing that. And then you could have had like
RJ was nice.
yeah.
RJ was nice though.
And then
RJ.
in 05, you could have had the Suns versus the Pistons.
Oh, that
A
would have
battle of contrast.
That would have been a
crazy.
battle for real, like, cause that's completely two different styles going against each other head on. Like that would have been crazy. Like, damn.
Yeah, that would have been nasty, bro. I think
Blazers versus Pacers, 2000.
Oh my, that would have been niggas would have been scrapping.
Yeah, that would have been a brawl.
That would have been a brawl,
Imagine Pippen getting a ring with the Blazers.
bro. I mean, Pippen already top 5 of this position to me, but
Yeah.
he would have been like top 2 then, like, cause he would have, cause he was basically like the top nigga on that team, like
One of them.
yeah.
Yeah.
So I mean,
Scotty still had a lot going for him, man, at that time.
Then you could have had the for 2001, you could have had the Bucks versus the Lakers.
Mm-hmm.
That would have been a crazy
Yeah.
one.
I mean, Lakers was going to get that, but you know, but that would have been good to watch.
Lakers
Though.
would've got that.
Yeah.
So Watson got 11 games, man.
11 games, $600K fine.
No, 500,
500
million.
5 million fine.
5 million fine.
And
He knew what time it was, man. He
Yeah.
knew that shit couldn't go to court.
So 11 games, still come back, play the last 7 games.
Yeah.
Oh, 6 games.
6 games. I still feel like it should have been a year, but you know, initially when he got to 6, I'm like, all right, man, like. You know.
That's 6. That was crazy.
But a lot of people trying to make it seem like the NFL trying to look at the good guys and that shit. And I honestly, for all the shit the NFL does, I don't think they trying to be the good guy in this shit. I think they've been adamant from the front about, no, dog, we was seeking a year suspension.
Yeah.
I didn't like how the judge felt like it was a year suspension, but she was going off of what they did in the past. And she judged it off the past. Now, if she had to do it that way, cool. But it's like, bro, if that's the case, just give it a fucking year. I don't understand why you even would have to go on that whole spiel and just be like, well, based off of the present, because there is no stipulation, like I said before, on what each game actions required. You get what I'm saying?
Right.
Ben Roethlisberger and Ezekiel Elliott didn't get the same amount of games. So what precedent are you talking about? That's my thing. If you gonna say 6 games, then like they was trying to say she did it to make the NFL look at themselves and revive this shit.
But I mean,
But if you felt like this shit should have been a year, give it a fucking year.
Yeah.
yeah.
That's how I look at it.
Should have been your
Because if it
intentions
was
all the
going
time.
to court and it was going to be a year, that's my thing. That's why they agreed to a settlement. Because he know how he took this shit to court, it would have been a year.
Yeah.
And everybody told me Roger Goodell should have forced it, saying he couldn't because it's due to a CBA agreement. They agreed to get an arbitrator in there, come in. So now if he would have did that, you would have sued the man. So I feel like it would have been a lose-lose. But all in all, though, he got the 11-game suspension. Then he'll come back week 12 against the Texans.
He still got over $200 million guaranteed though.
238.
Like, that's crazy.
Just and if you really think about this shit from his perspective, it's like okay.
You saw his press conference after this shit.
No, I didn't see it.
he
Nigga basically still feeling like he ain't did shit wrong, but he
Yeah.
apologized.
He
at
did
the same
apologize
time.
though. He just was like, he gonna, commit to his therapy and shit like that. And
I don't think people like that really can be rehabilitated.
so you think he is who he
I
is?
think he is who he is. He just gotta learn how to suppress it.
I mean, he had his girlfriend practice with him now and shit. Like, I don't know, man.
But also, when I look at his situation, it's like, dog, the Browns weren't going to really be that good this year anyway.
No, I think they was gonna be real good.
It was gonna be real good.
You think it's going to be real good this
they
year?
got a roster now.
You gotta
they
think
still
though.
are.
You gotta think. It's a reason
think so.
why.
I think so.
Not for 11 games.
You gotta.
I think so.
It's a reason why they went so swiftly to get him,
Because they
and
had everything else in place.
and because it was for a while since the season was over with. It was like, yo, what's Baker Mayfield's future? You know what I'm saying? What they about to do with Baker? As soon as they was able to grab him, even knowing what was going on, they went and got that man and gave him all that money.
Because I'm looking
No,
at
listen, you gotta think about it. So from a roster standpoint,
On paper, them
them
niggas are elite, bro.
I'm talking about from the perspective of like they're not going to be good because he's going to be gone.
Now,
I agree. But
it's possible that they can, if they can stay above 500, that's this 11 games, they'll be in good position
when he come back.
But
I just think the quarterback play is so significant.
Yeah, the
I don't
quarterback-
believe in Jacoby Brissett like that for 11 games. Sorry.
you don't think Jacoby can get them through? Jacoby ain't bad now.
I didn't say he was bad.
No, I understand what you're saying. I
I
understand.
think by the time he come back, they might be about 4-7.
Damn.
This man got no.
You gotta look at the schedule, bro.
Bro, that's fine.
That's a
but,
gauntlet.
All right. Have
It's a
you?
gauntlet.
All right. So only speaking from experience of having Jacoby Brissett on my team, I'll tell you this: this guy makes a lot of mistakes, man. Like if you need a facilitator, they got the fucking running game. That's no knock away from there. They got Amari Cooper now.
They had the best O-line, D-line, top running game.
All
They got
of
the
that
receivers.
shit.
On paper,
So-
them niggas look crazy,
So
bro.
now,
Trust me, Marcus.
now if you have a backup quarterback that doesn't make a lot of mistakes, that facilitates the game
You
very
can get
well,
on through.
You can get on through. To
But
say
you got to
on-
do it. You got to do it, though.
But to say only four games with saying all of that around him, like the coach didn't have all of that around him, and he still won more than 4 games. But okay, that's your prediction. Cool. I'm just going to say I think he's going to do well better than 4 games alone.
I forgot that Jacoby was even a backup. Now, knowing that, it's like I would say that they have a good chance at remaining 500 or better until they get Watson back. That's just me having faith in Jacoby. Now,
All right, so let's run.
he got to actually go and win these games. And I look at the schedule, Mike. They do got a gauntlet schedule.
So week 1, they got us. That's probably a dub for them.
Mm-hmm.
Week 2, they got the Jets. That's probably a win for them. So that's 2-0.
Okay.
All right, so week 3, they got the Steelers. That's probably a win for them.
I don't know, bro. I think they might have some issues with that.
They're in a rebuild. Steelers are in a rebuild. I think yeah, they got Watt on defense, but bro, they're not.
They still one of the well coached teams.
I don't
in the
even think
entire
our
league,
game is
though.
a gimme.
I don't think. Listen, I don't know shit about the Browns, bruv. Other than I only can speak for Jacoby, man. I'm saying he's a good facilitator to hold down the Browns in a good position to when Watson gets back. I don't even think, even in stride, I think because Jacoby has the starting ability. He started for the coach.
Yeah.
He wasn't a backup forever, but still, just to say, like, I still think he has what it takes to facilitate 11 games.
All right, so
However else it goes, bruv, like to say, like, all right, the Steelers, yeah, they're in a rebuild. I think they can win, yeah, because of all the shit around them. The
Yeah.
running game is great.
That's what I'm
so
saying.
after the
That's why I
first
said
3
that.
games, you looking at them being 3-0 after the teams I just named.
Possibly, yeah.
They
All right.
can't go 3-0, but I do think the Steelers might give them some
So then they
issues
got
on that
the
game.
Falcons. That's probably
That's probably a win for
Yeah,
them.
that's a win.
So they 4-0. So then they got the Chargers.
It's a loss.
Yeah.
I think
Possibly.
Herbert torches them.
Yeah,
All right,
it's a
so
loss.
you got Chargers, then the Patriots.
That's 4.
We
Patriots.
Big Mac ain't playing with them.
That's
So
a
then
L.
you got the Ravens.
The Ravens.
Ravens. Yeah, I got the Ravens.
I don't know because
I
look,
don't know.
they still got roster liability
They got,
issues too.
yeah, because Hollywood's gone there.
Them
But
running,
everybody's saying they secondary supposed to be the best in the league.
but you got to score the ball too in this
That's
league
facts.
now. You know what I'm saying? You
That's
got to
facts.
score now.
All
And
right.
they got a lot of injuries
And
coming
this
back.
at
I don't
Baltimore
know.
now.
That's fine.
That it don't
I
matter.
still
So that's
believe
a win.
It's possible.
It's
That's
possible.
It's a toss-up.
I can see a field goal win out.
Yeah.
Like I can see that being
That's a
one of
toss-up
those.
win,
Facts.
yeah.
So then Bengals.
That's another one.
Where they playing at?
It's in Cleveland.
I don't know. Joey B might come in there and let them hang on them. Boy.
All right, then you got the Browns. I mean the Dolphins.
Dolphins.
That's not a gimme.
That's not a gimme.
Where
I
they
don't-
playing at? In Miami?
Miami, yeah.
I think Tua might beat them, boy.
All right, so then you got the Bills at Buffalo.
That's a loss.
Matter
That's
of
a
fact,
loss.
that's an ass cut.
That's an ass cut.
Yeah.
That's like the
Bills
ass
at
cut of the
Buffalo?
season prior.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, they're getting the ass cut. They're getting the ass cut.
And then you got the Bucks.
Hold on. Let me ask y'all something.
Bro, what?
Hold on.
That's
let
a
me,
gauntlet, bro. I'm telling you.
let me ask y'all something.
So Chargers, Patriots, Ravens, Bengals, Dolphins, Bills, Bucks. That's a
It gets
gauntlet.
progressively harder. Like
I don't know, dog. Okay. All right. Now let me just
Drew,
say
now
this.
come
shit.
on now.
Hold on. Because y'all got a lot of faith in them fucking Bills, bruv. But we just dragged them niggas with Carson Wentz with 2 fucking sprained ankles and what he throw for 100+ yards. It was the running game. Nigga, we put up like 5-6 touchdowns, bro. What you talking about?
Win.
Last
That was
season.
last season when them boy played them boy.
What I'm saying is the running
Now
game.
in the playoffs, the last time that I seen them play, they cut our ass.
When I'm-
Manti Teo went crazy that game. I know game.
Okay, so what I'm saying is the running game against the Bills happened.
You gotta
work.
when you play the Bills, you gotta punch them in the mouth.
You
the whole
have
game.
to,
You
and
gotta
that's
punch
what
them
I'm
in the
saying.
mouth.
I feel like they got better.
Defensively they got better.
They got Von Miller, all that shit, cool. But what I'm saying is, you still can't forget the running game that the Browns
No,
have.
the Browns have all the talent. They're one of the most on roster wise.
on paper, them niggas is crazy.
They
I'm only-
arguably had the best O line. They damn near had the best D line. They got the receivers. They got the everything defensive wise. They're covered. So it's just boiled down to the quarterback. They got the
Facts.
coach, but
I'm just
maybe
gonna say,
6 at the most.
I'm just gonna say, don't lose faith in the black man, Jacoby Brissett. That's all I'm saying.
Who's next after the Bucks on
And
that
then he
run?
comes back in the
Then he
Texans.
comes
he
in.
come back.
Yeah.
Okay.
So yeah,
So what-
towards that end, it's aggressive. The Bills in Bucks.
So then when he come back, you got the Texans, the Bengals, the Ravens, the Saints, the Commanders, and the Steelers.
he can win out that.
Those are winnable games.
And you think he'll win out all of those?
I saw a very rusty Deshaun Watson just 2 weeks ago. So I don't know. I can't. We haven't seen Deshaun Watson play in 2 years, basically.
Basically.
So
basically.
that's what I'm saying. I'm not putting a lot of faith into this nigga at all whatsoever.
He might need 2 or
need
3
to-
games to get
Facts,
this shit together.
facts.
Yeah, you're right.
Facts. And and from what we saw, very underthrown throws.
Yeah, preseason
low
he looked
balls.
shitty. He looked shitty preseason.
Hey man, we'll see. Normally you get a lot more rub in the last of your preseason and shit. So I guess we can reevaluate that nigga then. But I'm just gonna say, man, I'm here for Jacoby, bruv. I want to see that nigga win.
I rock with Jacoby. I think it's possible that he keeps them, afloat. You know what I'm saying? He definitely. I feel like he got the skills too, but them boy do got a gauntlet they running through this.
Nah, it is. That's a hell of a roster though. And starting with the Steelers, I think it gets very hard.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna count out even fucking Carolina.
So from the jump,
I'm not gonna count them niggas out because it's
Quarterback
fucking
play, man.
it's your boy playing against his former team, bruv. I'm not gonna count that shit out.
he gonna take that personal.
They about to
Facts.
say he might just go off.
So I'm not even gonna give that a L. They might start off with an L. Never know. Baker might go crazy first game.
We'll see.
I can smell it. It's coming. I can smell football.
We'll see. We'll see.
We almost there, fellas.
Almost. So we got anything else we get up out of here, man? Anything we missed?
Oh yeah, LeBron went back to he was at
yeah,
Jamal.
the
the crossover.
canceled that shit though because of the floor kept getting. I think they had a leak in the roof or some shit.
Oh,
People
okay.
kept slipping and shit, so
Oh,
they canceled that shit in the second quarter.
They was trying to call Jamal Crawford Ja Rule and shit, like some Five Fest shit.
Man, that shit happened.
he
That's
been throwing that tournament
That's what
there
I
though.
said. That's what I was like. bro,
Y'all
that's
just tapped in because LeBron came there, but he been doing
doing
that.
that shit for years.
Yeah, like that man ain't no
I saw a
fucking
play
Ja
Paul
Rule.
was driving on Devontae Murray slip.
Yeah, because
People just kept slipping.
they play at the same spot every year, Seattle specific university.
Hey man, it is what it is.
Speaking of like speaking of the pro AMs, I seen one pro AM. I think this shit was in I want to say this shit was in Miami, man. It had Bam out of Bayou, Dennis Smith Jr. It was a real good one.
That ain't the
bruh.
Rico Hines one?
No, it ain't the Rico Hines one, but it was a real good one, bruh. I'm trying to think who else they had. They had some other guys on there that was good. And then I was watching this one from Dykeman, and they had like a bunch of the little New York guards in there. That shit been tar, because the atmosphere, them boys been dumbing, like that shit.
I saw
been
Chet Holmgren actually injured his ankle at one of them games, if I'm mistaken. That was yesterday. So he not playing no more this summer.
Yeah, Thing was dumbing out in that game before the water shit started happening to Jason Tatum. Yeah, he was dumbing
Yeah, like
out.
40 something. They said.
In 2 quarters? Mm-hmm. I ain't gonna say nothing. But yeah, shout out to
There's
Tatum.
no
man.
defense, man. We just out here. I mean, that nigga was really like wetting
Nah,
them
I
shit
see
though. That nigga was knocking them shit.
I wish I
dog.
had that offense a couple months ago, but it's all good. It's all good, man. That's really do. But
Hey, man, but besides that, man, big up the city as always.
Oh yeah. R.P. Teddy Ray, man. R.P. Teddy Ray. I forgot.
Yeah, RP Teddy Ray, man.
Yeah,
shouts out
man.
Teddy Ray, man.
I was watching
Bless up.
because his stand-ups and shit kept popping up. I was watching shit. I'm like, oh, dog was funny, man. But yeah, shout out R.P. to bro.
Young too.
Yeah,
Very.
32.
32, yeah, man.
Damn. So y'all good, fellas? We
Yeah,
good?
man.
All right, man.
Sure.
So, man, like we say every episode, each and every week, man, you hear anything on here that gets you in your feelings, you feel some type of way, always remember,
We're just some messages.
we out.